Let's try that again. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome to episode 4 of Casual Friday. I hope everybody's feeling casual tonight on a Friday night. Man, I am hyped, guys. I am hyped. I've been, setting up this stream tonight, looking at all the images from Wonder Festival 2024. We got so much to talk about, man. The stream's going to go for as long as it needs to go. I don't know. That could be 10 minutes. That could be 10 hours. I don't know, man. Maybe somewhere in between. Let me know if my volume is good as always, guys. If it doesn't sound good, just let me know. I have it pulled up on my phone just to double check, make sure everything sounds good. We got a lot of people in the chat. Thank y'all so much for being here. We're going to jump right into the chat if that's all right with you guys. But first, before we jump into the first chat and before we start chatting, because we got so much to cover tonight, but that doesn't mean we're not going to be chatting in the chat. How's everybody's Friday going? How's everybody's week? Are we looking forward to the weekend? Are we excited that it's here? Are we already dreading Monday? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you've picked up. First thing we're going to talk about is you guys. And we're going to go to the chat right now. And we're going to start looking and seeing what everybody has to say. And we have Valkyrie Magnus in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Casual Friday, guys. That's what I like to hear, Valkyrie. Thank you so much for being here, man. First guy in the chat, I believe. I think that was the first chat, right? Really appreciate you, Valkyrie. Thank you for all the support, man. Glad to have you here. We got a ton to talk about, man. I hope everybody's got their popcorn. I hope everybody's got their favorite beverage. And let's just get comfortable, man. Let's just get comfortable. I know there's other streams going on. I appreciate you being here. There's all kinds of stuff you could be watching, but you decided to at least on one of your devices be here. So that means a lot to me. Next chat, we got the legend right here. We got X-Man Supreme. I'm afraid I may be a little too casual. Hey, X-Man. That's okay, buddy. That's okay, man. You're here. You're feeling casual. You're saying what's up in the chat. I love to see it, man. Thank you so much for being here, X-Man. Me and X-Man been chatting on the IG about that Harley Quinn, about that Star Lord, man. So we're gonna talk a little bit definitely about Harley here in a bit. We got Born Again. We got Born Again in the chat. Thank you so much, Born Again, for being here. He says, been checking out your content, catching up on your streams. Appreciate your perspective. That really means a lot to me, man. Happy Friday to you. And can we get some Blade Runner 6 scale? I need a Rick Deckard. Yeah. You know what character I would love to get from the Blade Runner universe? And again, this is Blade Runner 20, the one that just came out. I keep forgetting. Is it 2049 or 2099? I think it's 2049. The character that plays Love in that movie, like kind of the villain cyborg, or like cyborg, you know what I'm talking about, like the whatever they call him in Blade Runner. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I would love a figure of that character. Obviously, Gosling's character. Obviously, like you just said, Rick from the original Blade Runner. That'd be sick. And plus, I'll take whatever from Blade Runner. That'd be such a cool aesthetic, man. The characters in that movie, it'd be great. Rutger Hauer. Come on, man. But Born Again, I truly do appreciate this comment, man. This truly means a lot to me. Just for you to say you've been appreciating the content, you've been appreciating my opinion on things and perspective. That I truly do appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Some people saying what's up to each other in the chat. We got Christian Crosshair Cooper, Triple C as I like to call him. That didn't land. I don't know, Christian. Maybe we won't call you Triple C. That kind of sounds like Triple H. But hey, could be your wrestling name. He said, what's up, Justin in chat? Hyped to talk about these figures. Dude, I am so hyped, man. I'm so hyped. I'm going to try my best to give everything equal time as much as I can. What I'm thinking about doing tonight is I have all these images pulled up from Wonder Festival. I'm not going to go into every single image, but I picked like an image from each one just because there's like 500. And whatever ones you guys want to talk about, like more in depth, just let me know in the chat and we'll kind of stick on those. I can already tell you there's a handful that I really want to talk about. You might have been able to tell on the thumbnail. So a few of those, if y'all are cool with it, we're going deep on a few of these, man. We're going to go a deep dive on a few of these. But if there's a few that I'm not getting to that I even missed, like please let me know in the comments. I'm going to try to get to all of them. Just more people talking in the chat. I love that, man. I love how you guys are chatting it up in the chat. How many times have I said chat tonight? It's a lot. Let's see what we got here. Valkyrie Magnus says, loving the intro music. Thanks, Valkyrie. I appreciate it, man. I'm trying to get the, I've been messing around with some different music. I really want to set the tone for Casual Friday. So I was like, man, should I play like some slower music, kind of like you're winding down? Or should I play like, hey, let's get hyped for the weekend? Still messing with that, man. I'm gonna keep experimenting, but this is a good comment. I really like the music too, so I appreciate that you like it as well. Christian Cooper, he wants to talk Star Wars. Christian Cooper's wanting to talk Star Wars already, and I don't blame him. So hyped for Savage. Yeah, that looks really good. Again, I know a lot more people are more excited about it than I am, just because I'm not like, if you followed me, like, not that I don't think the Clone Wars is great. That's not like what I collect as much as I know a few of you guys who really go hardcore into Clone Wars. So I know that that's got to be an amazing announcement. I hope that we get that sooner rather than later for you guys. We got Mitchell Lawrence in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Mitchell Lawrence saying, what's happening? What's up, Mitchell? Thank you so much for being here, man. Really appreciate you constantly coming into the chat. I really appreciate it. Valkyrie Magnus saying TGIF. You know it. You know it, Valkyrie. Christian Lopez in the building. What's good? What's up, Christian? Good to see you, man. Just based on your thumbnail, I know you're hyped for October. I am as well, man. I'm trying to slowly get some Halloween. So you can't tell behind me, but I got my whole space is decorated Halloween, man. Maybe I'll do like a little Halloween tour, man. Show you guys all my Halloween decorations. Let me know if you'd be into that, because I will record that video, because I kind of want to. I'm kind of proud of it, man. It looks really good. It looks really Halloween-y. Looks October-y. That's a word. Look at this. Look at X-Man Supreme right here. I got She-Hulk jealous and Hano brown suit Wolverine this week, dude. That's sick, man. That is sick. Sorry if the music just went up a little bit. I'm so sorry. I was trying to do something else, so I apologize if that hurt anybody's ears. Dude, She-Hulk looks so good, X-Man. And again, man, I'm not even gonna lie. I haven't even watched the entirety of that show, so I don't want to like give like my opinion on it. I know it is what it is, but dude, that figure looks fantastic. It really does. I know a lot of people are really impressed with it, X-Man, so you gotta let me know how it is, man. We got Yomo in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Yomo with the I don't know, is that like a dog? Is that Clifford? If it's not, Yomo, I'm sorry, man. It's like kind of like it's low on mine. That's Clifford, right? Thanks for being here, Yomo. Really appreciate it. Christian Lopez saying, I picked up a custom Michael Myers mask this week. Let's go, man. Let's go. Which one did you get like custom? Are you trying like from like the original, like 78? Did you go with like Resurrection? Spoiler. That'd be cool if you had a Resurrection mask actually. Or did you go like new trilogy? Like, let me know which one what custom you got. X-Men says, I'm just glad that I'm finally going to have the Harley I've been wanting with Peacemaker and the WB100 Wonder Woman. Yeah, man. I mean, we're going to talk about Harley, man. I haven't got a chance to talk about Harley too much. I talked about it a little bit, I believe, on Brick's stream earlier in the week. But I believe we talked about Harley. Anyway, I haven't really been able to talk about it on my channel yet, so I'm very excited to talk about that, man. I'm glad you were able to pick one up. I know I hadn't responded to your message, but because I don't think I've read the whole thing, but I know you had mentioned that you were having some trouble with Sideshow. Did anybody else have trouble with Sideshow on when they were trying to get Harley? We got Stacy in the building. Good evening, Justin and fellow collectors. What is up, Stacy? Thank you for being here. He says, thank God it's Friday. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Let's just keep saying that. Throw some happy Fridays in the chat, man. And also hit that thumbs up button if you're. We got 12 in the building. Thank y'all so much, man. This is awesome. Love that when I get in here and we're ready to start the show, we got so much chat going on. It's exciting, man. But yeah, happy Friday to everybody. I'm excited as well. Yeah, don't do this because you're going to be in bad shape, because I've said it a lot of times. I'm gonna work on this, X-Men. Mitchell Lawrence says, those hot toys, Terminator, Alien, Xenomorph, and Jungle Hunter Predator pieces are coming home. I'm telling you, Mitchell, I never thought we'd see the day, man. Ever since I saw Romulus, I'm like, look, man, I'll just take anything, like anything from any Alien movie. I'd love to get something 2.0 from, the first 2 Alien movies. I'll take I loved Romulus, by the way. One of my favorite films of the year. Absolutely loved Romulus. I hope we even get a Rain and an Andy. I know it's not going to happen, but I would love that. But dude, to get the Xenomorph from Romulus, I'm super hyped. That's a great creature design on that one. Cannot wait, dude. But I'm with you on all these. Man. I hope we're going to talk about the Jungle Predator as well. There's a few things I want to talk about with the Jungle Predator, especially that I'm not going to say I have like an issue with it, but I hope they fix it before release. And again, man, Terminator, just give me all of this and I'll be happy. Like I'm with you, Mitchell. Like this is what I would collect. And now that it's available, man, I'm definitely reevaluating my PO list 100%. Bordigan says, loving the new Hot Toys Xenomorph, but not loving the base. Takes too much room. Yeah, that's the thing with bases, man. And that's what I like the base, but I'm with you. Like the base is pretty big. I'm interested to see how well those stand on their own. I have a few, I don't have them displayed, but I've had a few of the NECA Alien figures before. And I actually just picked up, I meant to post this today on Instagram, but I actually Target like had a random like restock of like Alien big chaps, man, from NECA. So I picked up one and I don't know, I might throw up a review on like Instagram or on my channel or something, but I'm not sure how the 6 scale Hot Toys stand on their own. You're gonna have to let me know. I haven't had a Hot Toys version yet. We got the man. Not even, I was going to say the man, the myth, the legend. Everybody knows low-key collector, so he's just the man and the legend. I mean, that's who he is. What's up, y'all? What's up, Calvin? Thank you so much for being here, man. Low-key collector. Calvin, truly appreciate it, man. Hope you're having a great Friday. We're just hanging out in the chat right now, but we got a lot to talk about, but we always got to take time for the chat here. So thank you for being here. Christian Cooper says, my Attack of the Clones Anakin finally coming in next week. It's been so long. Same here. So I got the email, dude. I got the email. So that it's going to be, I think it's going to ship out. I'm wanting to say it's like what's today's date? It's sad. I don't even know what the date is. It's the 4th. I'm wanting to say it was like going to ship out next week. So I don't know what day it's going to ship out, but I got the email from Ray today. And so, I'll be getting that as well, man. Can't wait to have it in there with Padme, baby. Let's go. Oh, nice, dude. Nice. So this is in reference to what Christian was talking about with that custom Michael Myers mask. He's going to get the 78 by Roland Kelly. Awesome, dude. That is awesome, man. I definitely want to, now that I want to get some custom masks as well, man. I might go down that path as well. Let's see what we got here. Yomo saying TGIF, you know it. Everybody saying hello to each other. Let's see what Valkyrie has to say. He says, got my grill this week. Hot Toys Stealth Iron Man. Nice, dude. Nice, Valkyrie. Nice. Looks like a lot of people are picking up some good stuff this week, man. Born Again saying, I want a David from Prometheus. I would take that in a heartbeat as well. That would be an amazing figure. I would love to have that 100%. I want them to go super deep with the whole franchise, so we'll see what happens, but I'm at least glad that we're getting a Xenomorph. It's just cool that we're getting a lot of this stuff this year, man. It's awesome. Clinton Martin in the building, everybody. Howdy, folks. Catch you on the replay. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hey, Clinton, really appreciate it, man. Definitely check out the replay. It's probably going to be a long one, so break it up, kind of like you broke up that when you watched The Irishman on Netflix. I know you probably had to have like 3 different sessions with that. This might be the equivalent. We might take an intermission, dude. I'm not even going to lie to you. There might be an intermission in this. If this were the VHS days, this would be on 2 VHSs that you'd rent at the store. You'd have to get through one and then you'd have to start the next one. That's how long this stream is going to be, potentially. Mitchell saying, yeah, I'm hoping they update the Jungle Hunter's accuracy before pre-ordering like they did with the BD Battle Damage T800. Yeah, and I think they will. I think they just want to show off that, hey, put your money here because we got you covered on Predator. And then we got Mitchell saying, I want an engineer for Prometheus. That'd be sick as well. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever. Man, a lot of chat already going on. I love to see it. Again, guys, I don't want to ever take it for granted. 15 in the chat. That's huge, man. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. But let's talk about some figures. Is that all right with you guys, or do y'all want to keep chatting? Let me know. But if you're cool with it, we're going to talk about this first, if you don't mind. We're going to get into Wonderfest. Don't worry. Calm down, X-Man Supreme. Calm down. X-Man, calm down. We're going to get there. Christian, we're going to talk about Savage. Christian, relax. We're going to get there. Well, we're going to talk about this first. If y'all are cool with it. We're going to talk about Harley Quinn. Is that all right? Like I said, we're going to talk about it all. I'm going to try to give as much time to as much stuff as I can. X-Men just basically telling me like, hey, the joke's not funny. Shut your mouth and talk about figures, bud. This is how I'm reading this. I am calm. He's not yelling at me, but he's using a firm voice. Mitchell, same way. This little LOL at the end. We could talk about figures. He's like, dude, will you just get on with it? Sure thing, man. Sure thing. Christian talking about Savage. X-Men saying calm. Yeah. See. All right, here we go. So we got Harley Quinn here. We'll talk about this one a little bit because we got a lot that we definitely want to talk about. I know a lot of people have already talked about Harley Quinn. X-Men's already talked about it. He was able to pick one up. I think that this figure, and I've seen, there's a picture that we'll look at a little bit later when we go through the Wonder Festival like list and stuff. This figure looks absolutely fantastic, dude. So there's times where I get on here and I overhype stuff a little bit. I'm guilty of it. You know, I get up here, I get excited, man. It's like I wake up, it's like 6 a.m. Hot Toys just dropped an announcement. I still got the sleepy in the eyes. I'm like searching around for the lamp to see what's going on. I see that, you know, I got those notifications on Instagram. So I see that Hot Toys store or Hot Toys Hong Kong, or, you know, it's one of the three have posted something, right? Now, sometimes it's Cos Babies. And you get all excited and then you open it up and it's some Cos Babies. Okay. So, I mean, and if you collect that, cool. But like, you know, but when I opened this up and saw that they had the Harley Quinn Artisan Edition, I was like, okay, I'm interested. And then when I saw the images, I was really excited. The more I look at this figure, man, the more I think it is an absolute must-have figure. If you like the character of Harley Quinn, if you're a DC collector, I just think it looks phenomenal. Like, and I went back and looked at some of these older Harley Quinn figures, and obviously the Grail, the one from the original Suicide Squad with the baseball bat, of course, that one's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, it's absolutely fantastic. I don't have it, but to me, it really depends on what outfit you like. I think both are super strong, but the fact that this is Artisan, I love this costume. I love the accessories that comes with it, because you already see one of the accessories here. And we are going to also look at the separate rolling eyeballs. Again, this is just become like a necessity for everything, but I still like to show it off. This sculpt is really strong. Now, this does look similar to the sculpt from the, again, I'm not smart enough. I don't know if this is the same exact sculpt. I feel like this one's, I don't know. Maybe I'm just hyped on it, but I think this one's better. But it could be the same one. I don't know. But I'm hyped for this figure, man. I've been able to stop thinking about this figure. I really haven't. It looks that damn good. It really does. And I just think that it's a must-have. I know a few of y'all have to agree with me. And if you don't, that's okay. But I think you can at least appreciate how good this looks. Board Again says, dude, what about those 4-scale Anakin and Obi-Wan for Blitzway? Yeah, we're going to talk about it a little bit. Those look insane. Those look absolutely insane. We got the legend himself, Hot Toys Hotline, in the building. Everybody, Connor is in the building. I know a few of you guys are Hotline hotties. And if you're not, that's a reference to Hot Toys Hotline stream that he has on Tuesday nights. Definitely check that out. I've had the pleasure of being on a few of them. Great host, great show, great guy. Hey, I got this, Harley. He's excited, and so am I. I'm glad you got it, man. I've heard mixed things. It's like, now I completely whiffed on this. I was at work. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm pretty sure somebody was able to get one and is going to be nice enough to let me take that pre-order. But I completely missed it because I was at work and I couldn't get away. So I had to miss this one. But I will say, I've heard mixed things. Like, some people said that they were able to get in later and it wasn't gone immediately. But I've also heard that like a lot of that was the website. So I don't know how everybody dealt with it. I've had some issues with the site before when I've tried to add it to the cart and it's been taken. I haven't had as bad of luck as some people have. I know a lot of people have like were pissed about it. So let me know if anybody tried to get it that wasn't able to because of Sideshow, basically, because of the, you know, just too much traffic or whatever it was. Let's get caught up on the chat here. X-Men Supreme said this one was odd, lasted a while, it seems. So yeah, perfect example. Thank you, X-Men. This is perfect timing. Could this mean that the hype for Artisan is finally dying down? I don't know, man. That's a great question. I'm wondering. I think I'll answer your question twice, like in two ways. One, I do think that Artisan is becoming so normalized that hype of just needing to get it just because it's Artisan is kind of going away. But they are still making them limited, so that helps. This was 3,000, and if it was sitting for a little bit, I don't know if it's Artisan fatigue. I don't know if it's money fatigue. With everything we are getting, people are just absolutely fatigued and stressed about, I can't add another $425 PO. I think that has something to do with it. And I'm wondering if it might be the character. Like, you know, again, we all know Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, iconic. Like she did about as good as you could do. If she had a better material to work with throughout the whole run of movies, it would have been awesome. But I am wondering if, like, you know, again, those, you know, Birds of Prey, like, are people really like, you know, the hype for Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie was like really high there for a while. I'm wondering if that maybe has died down a little bit too, which is normal. I mean, when you don't have like new movies coming out all the time, it's normal. But I do think that this will be one that we're going to constantly want to look back on and revisit because it's just one of those performances, you know. It could be all those things, man. So we'll see. I personally, I'm getting a little fatigued with everything. I mean, it's exciting. We're hyped. We're talking about it. And it gives me plenty of stuff to talk about, so it's fun. But damn, dude, it's just normal. I mean, to get fatigued a little bit, and I am. I'm like, dude, I can't keep up with all. Like, I got to make decisions. Like, I can't get all this. I just can't. Let's see. Malgus has a good comment here. He says, I think the hype is dying down for an expensive figures that really only comes with rooted hair. Yeah, I think, look, man, it's seeming like rooted hair is like going to be the new normal. I mean, that's the new deluxe, you know. I've said this for a while now, you know. It's like standard. There is no standard no more. Deluxe is the new standard and Artisan is the new deluxe. Like, it's just how it is. Hano is kind of that, you know, sub, you know, 250 type of figure. You know, we even see, like, you know, enjoy these figures from like the Ahsoka line and even this Guardians of the Galaxy line because they're, you know, 260 at retail, something like that, before shipping and all that. But man, every figure now that's coming out is like 350, 400 plus. And dude, it's just, it's less stuff you can get, you know. I mean, if you're fortunate enough to be able to get all this stuff, you know, more power to you. But for a lot of us, I know that, like, we're going to have to make decisions somewhere. But I definitely want a Harley Quinn. So this one was kind of one that I really want just because I don't have a Harley Quinn yet. And I think this is the best version so far. Yeah, right here. Hotline Hotties assemble. And if you don't know about it, definitely go check out Connor's channel. I'm pretty sure he'll probably stream this Tuesday if I had to guess. I would highly doubt that Connor's going to miss an opportunity to stream about all this heat that we've been getting. And Connor saying, you were too kind, my friend. Nah, man, you're too kind. We'll both be too kind together. How's that? Nah, man. Always appreciate you, the support, dude. Thank you for being here. I really do mean it. X-Men saying he kept checking and he saw her up for about an hour. Man, she was up for an hour before she sold out? Now, was some of that because of the site, or was that just the demand? Like, were people not able to get in and buy? Okay, so yeah, so I think the website was getting cooked. The site was buggy as hell. So this is interesting here from X-Men. I had 3 devices up. All 3 got in immediately. No queue at all. Interesting, man. but then 10 minutes of timing out and shifting between devices to finally order. Dude, that's wild. Because I bet you felt like you had it won, man. Like getting in that quick. So Connor, tell me this one was very sought after. Okay, that's why I wanted to ask you guys, because we've been kind of trying to figure out, like, was it? So we're starting to realize that we think it's because of the site today. Like the demand was there. Maybe the demand was really there, and that's why the site just went out. Mitchell Lawrence says, I'm not collecting Marvel or DC, so my money is safe. Dude, great decision. I mean, look, I love Marvel and I love Batman and all that stuff. You know, I'm not, you know, I love DC too, I guess. You know, I'm more of a Marvel guy, like as a whole, but you know, I love Batman. But this is a good idea. And what's funny about this, Mitchell, is you probably thought you were safe, and then they said, oh, by the way, here's 5 Terminator figures, here's 2 Xenomorphs, here's 3 Predators. So now you're even probably thinking like, dang, it's a lot, you know? So let's see what else we got here. X-Men says, yeah, folks have been talking about wanting this since the movie hit. Very nice. Valkyrie says, money fatigue for me. It's a great figure, but I just couldn't pull the trigger. Yeah, and that's, you gotta be smart with this stuff, man. Like, I always say it on my show, like, we all get caught up in the hype. We all get excited. You can still have fun in the hobby and get excited and talk about this stuff without buying stuff. That's something I had to tell myself early on. I felt like I had to buy a bunch of shit to be in on the conversation, because I was like, well, if I don't buy stuff, how am I going to talk about, like, I got to start buying some figures, doing some reviews, or, you know, so I can really give an educated opinion, which is kind of true. But you don't have to buy every single thing that comes out. You can still have a ton of fun. Like, it's like She-Hulk. I love talking about that She-Hulk figure. Like, X-Men just got it. He's been telling me about it. That's fun to me, man. Like, even though I don't have it, I don't plan on getting it, I still love talking about the figures, and I know you guys are the same way. So Malga says, I just think people expect more with artisan figures because of the price point, but when the only artisan feature is the hair, I think a lot of people just pass. That's the other thing, man. See, this is a big one. That's the other thing. And rooted hair is a more expensive process, as we know. But yeah, dude, I feel like there should be more to it than just the hair. I think there should be something else that makes it more premium. X-Men says, I think part of what might have been, let me retry that. I think part of that might have been the bugs. I was clicking on the Hano brown suit for 45 minutes before it went to wait list. It kept telling me that it was in someone else's cart. Yeah. Now I've had that someone else's cart thing. What I've learned is that if you get the error message or you get somebody else's cart, never close out of the window. That's just what I've always done. I've never closed out of the window. And I'm like X-Men. I'll have like 3 different tabs pulled up. Ever since I lost Jack Sparrow, I like did hardcore research, asked a lot of people what the best way was. Your best bet is to have multiple browsers open on multiple devices. I mean, that's your best bet to like hopefully get in there. And there's been times I've done that and like I've gotten it immediately. And there's been times I've done that where I've almost missed it. So it's just weird, man. Mitchell says, I've been waiting for those T2 pieces since I was collecting Hot Toys since I wasn't collecting Hot Toys at the time they were originally released, so I'm cool with it. That's me, dude. That's why I'm so hyped for all this stuff, is because I've only been collecting Hot Toys going on a year this Halloween. Like, that was when I first got my first figure. It just happened to arrive at Halloween. So on Halloween, that will be 1 year I've been collecting 6 scale figures, man. I've collected all kinds of stuff in my life, but 6 scale, having these versions of these characters in 6 scale, man, it's gonna be so sick. All right, so let's go back to talking about Harley just a little bit more. We're gonna just talk about this a little bit more because we got a ton to talk about. I want to know what everybody thinks about the accessory. So we've kind of talked about, like, okay, you know, is the rooted hair enough for the price point? And I think a lot of us agree that, you know, the 425 was steep, right? I wasn't shocked by that, but I do think you're getting a fair amount of accessories with this. I really do. And I don't think 425, again, never going to say that it's worth 425. All these things are probably overpriced in some capacity, as we know. Like, a lot of this is licensing, all that stuff, right? But for me, you know, I've seen some of these figures, man, get up to like 360, 370 without the rooted hair. And I do think she comes with a lot. Now, she doesn't come with a huge diorama base or anything, but she comes with some accessories. I do wish there would have been a diorama base or something else to go with this. But you can kind of see with this image right here, Like, again, you're getting the basic base. This outfit just looks good, man. I mean, this figure just looks really damn good. It just does, dude. I think it looks fantastic. You get this duffel bag here. You get this this rocket launcher machine gun thing. I'm not really sure what the hell that is, but it looks great. She looks awesome in it. You get the goggles on the head. Yeah. So I think it could have definitely came with some more stuff. But I guess I'll put it this way: I am happy with the accessories because I'll actually see myself like having her with these accessories. They won't just stay in the box. I feel like I'm going to try to use these as much as possible. Yeah, I mean, it just looks good. I mean, I think we've talked about this enough, to be honest with you. I mean, especially since it's dropped, like you either picked this up or you didn't. I was kind of interested to see who all was able to snag a Harley Quinn. My favorite image of the whole thing. Oh, and it comes with this handgun here too. So, but this is like my favorite image, man, of the whole thing. Like her likeness on the side here is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I want to get to this comment right here because I 100% agree with this. I agree with most people that she needs a different second sculpt. 100%. She needed to have like a default, just like regular sculpt. Maybe even like, I would have been happy with like a default sculpt for sure. That's what it needed at the minimum. So once again, I want to just stress, this is definitely overpriced. But it is what it is, man. I mean, I hate it, but it's like that's just the way things are headed. I mean, it'll eventually get to a point where I'm just going to check out of a lot of these artisans. Like, my fear is that the standard versions are going to get up to like $325, $350 at minimum. That's my big fear, and if that happens, man, I'll have to reevaluate the whole thing. Like, I'll have to definitely get less throughout the year. Because it is nice, man. Like I said, it's nice getting these figures right now. Like I said, that Star-Lord that just got released, like you're looking at, $260 before shipping, all that stuff. So it is nice to finally get some relief from these like $350 to $400 figures before shipping and tax. So it adds up, man. Let's see. Christian Lopez says that this is 500 shipped is a bit overpriced in my opinion. Totally agree, Christian. Beetlejuice was 2 rooted wool sculpts and a better diorama accessory. That's the thing, man. That's what's crazy about it. And they are getting you with this 3,000, pieces stuff too. It's building in that demand of that, to get to this stuff, So I'm with you though, man. I that Beetlejuice is great value. That's one that I wish was from the original movie, but it's still exciting that we're getting one from the new sequel. But yeah, that one's really good value. Stacy says, Justin, did you get her pre-ordered? So I'm in the process of talking to someone, and I'll mention it if it ends up being true that I was able to get this, like this person got it and is going to let me have their pre-order because they didn't need it after all. I'll let you know. But yeah, there's somebody in the community that I might be able to. So kind of yes. But I'm superstitious a little bit, so I don't want to say guaranteed, and then without like for sure talking with them. And so we'll see. But yeah, I'm thinking I have this one secured. All right, so we're gonna talk about the next one real quickly because I have yet to talk about this one either, and I want to know who's picking this one up. And we're talking about Bane. This is one that I think is going to be a extremely hot figure, like one that if you have an opportunity to pick them up, I would definitely pick them up. Like let me put it this way. I'm never going to advise you to like go spend your money on this stuff because I'm always going to say like, make sure that you really want it and all that stuff. But if you really want it and you have the means to get it, this is one that I think is just potentially going to be up there for figure of the year. Personally, I really do. I think this looks fantastic. I think this looks absolutely fantastic. Bane looks amazing. I cannot wait for mine to get in. The only thing is, man, I ordered mine through Sideshow, and as badly as I wanted to get him in hand soon, I didn't want to pay the prices it's going for right now, so I'm just sticking with that Sideshow pre-order. But damn, dude, last time Catwoman took like 5 months for Sideshow to get out to me, so I'm hoping I get Bane before Christmas, man. That would be sweet. X-Men says, I'll be the wait list. I'll bet the wait list will convert for a few people on this one. Yeah, and I'm on the wait list too, X-Men, for that Harley. We got Doc Bat in the build. Doc Bat, look at the timing, Doc Bat. Look at the timing from Doc Bat. As soon as I put Bane up on the screen, Doc Bat, it's like the bat signal went off, and Doc Bat's like, oh my gosh, somebody's talking about Batman. I'll be back. What is up, man? Thank you so much for being here, talking a little bit about Bane, and then we are going to talk about all the reveals and announcements from the Wonder Festival. I just wanted to get these two out of the way. Not out of the way, like they're lesser figures, but we've already talked about this stuff quite a bit, so just wanted to kind of talk about it. X-Men says 1-for-1 views for likes. Nice. Yeah, that's great, man. I appreciate everybody that's giving a thumbs up. I appreciate everybody that is here. Malgus for Emperor asking the question everybody wants to know. Could someone drop their PO for Bane so I can get it? Thanks. Let Malgus for Emperor know. Valkyrie says, I wish I pre-ordered Bane. I was new to the hobby when he came out and didn't know I had to pre-order it. Yeah, that happened to me a lot of times, man. There were so many things I missed out on when I first started buying stuff. I didn't really realize how all of it worked. So yeah, you're good, man. There'll be opportunities to get them later, I know, but like, it's just that good of a figure where I like really just cannot wait to get him in hand. And you just look at this right here, man. I mean, look at this dude, man. Let me take a sip of this energy drink. He just looks phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. This sculpt is great. Look at the eyes. Look at the Tom Hardy eyes here. This figure, man, is just so good. And I know we talk about how good these figures look all the time, but this one just is a step up. This one just feels, it just feels different to me. I can't describe it. Maybe it's because I'm a huge fan of the Dark Knight trilogy. Maybe it's because I'm a huge fan of Bane and Tom Hardy. But man, I mean, look at this. Just like basically just took it right at, like this looks like the still from the movie. Now the hands do look a little like, I'll be honest, these hands look a little rough right here. The lighting on them just look a little, but again, I'll forgive that because of how great everything else looks. But yeah, the hands do definitely look kind of mannequin right there for sure. But right here, the hands look fantastic. So I think that's more lighting, but look at this, man. Damn, it's just like the way the eye, the just piercing eyes, man. The piercing eyes, the mask here. Just a phenomenal, phenomenal piece. That there's some videos out right now that are doing like reviews and stuff, and man, he looks good. Is anybody else picking this one up? I know that Christian Cooper says my waitlist converted for Bane a couple months ago. That's huge, man. I know he's been delayed a little bit. I know he's been delayed like at least once. Excuse me. But I'm glad that you're able to get your waitlist conversion, man. X-Men says, if Bane became a Sith Lord, what would his name be? Darth Bane? Valkyrie says that Bane looks awesome. It really does, man. It really does. Mitchell Lord says, fun fact, Tom Hardy is from the same London borough as me. Yeah, that's right, Mitchell. I remember. Yeah, I think we talked about this, but yeah, dude, that is awesome, man. That is so cool. Malga says, need more Legends and EU Star Wars. That'll really hurt my wallet. Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing, man. When you collect multiple IPs, some people super into, Star Wars. Let me get to this. Let me get to this real quick. LRL, there's already Darth Bane. Yeah, no, that was kind of the joke. But I do wonder what his name would be. It'd have to be something. Darth Mask? Darth Muscles? But man, and look at this right here. Look at the veins popping out of the side here. Just the sculpt, the eyes. Damn, dude, looking good. X-Men with the great name here, Darth Roids. Absolutely. That would be the one, I think, X-Men. But yeah, just cannot wait for this one. And I want to show this picture real quick because this scar, this like scar along the back here, and even right here on this, this tricep, bicep area. I mean, damn, dude. They just really knocked it out of a park with this body, like this new technology they're using with this body, dude. It just looks so good, man. It just looks so good. All right. We are now going to jump into some Wonder Festival conversations. Let me ask y'all this, though. Let me see if I'm able to... let me see what I'm able to do here. Give me 1 second. No, it's going to take too long. Let's just ask this. Y'all can just put this in the chat. Just pretend that I made a poll for this, okay? What do we want to talk about first? I have everything pulled up, but I am also respectful of your time. It's 10:18 p.m. There's other stuff you could be doing. I have an order that we can go in. So my order is this. The first thing I was going to talk about was this. But if there's something you really need to see and you're about to head out or something, like, let me know, because we're going to talk about it all. But I was going to talk about the Ghostbusters real quick. So Blitzway just kind of came out with, obviously, they're going to be kind of giving us more Ghostbusters figures. The first version of this is going for like insane amount of money on eBay. So this is welcome for people who weren't able to pick this up. I will say, just off of this picture, most of this looks really good, but dude, I don't know what the hell they're doing with this Bill Murray sculpt. I don't know what the hell they're doing with this sculpt, man. Like, for me personally, we're going to share this image. I think Ray looks really good. I think Aykroyd looks really good here. This is perfect with the cigarette kind of hanging out of the mouth. It's kind of, you know, iconic scene here. But dude, what is going on here? And I'm hyped for these. Don't get me wrong. I'm definitely picking these up. I have been wanting Ghostbusters for a long time. But dude, this sculpt, man, is... maybe I'm being too hard on it, man, but it just doesn't look good to me. It doesn't look that good to me. I saw what they were trying to go with here, and I think it's a cool sculpt idea, but I'm hoping that this gets better, man, because I just lose the likeness a lot in this sculpt here. So X-Men says they showed a second sculpt for Pete and Ray. Is this the one, or am I missing one, X-Men? Is there another one that I could pull up that looks a little bit better? Yeah, I get what you're saying now. So this is just one version of the sculpt. There's another defaulted sculpt for Venkman. And if so, then I'm definitely not too worried about this. But I just thought that this was like, they're really showing this one off, and I'm just like, man, like, it's a cool iconic scene, but I just feel like it's like, out of all the characters you want to get right, man, Venkman to me is one you'd want to get right, and this one just seems like the weakest of the sculpts out of the four, man. It really does. We got the movie canon in the building saying evening. What is up, Gio? Thank you so much for being here, man, for episode 4 of Casual Friday. We are just now jumping into talking about some of the Wonder Festival announcements, reveals. We're going to talk about it all. A lot of companies, a lot of figures to talk about, man. So we'll be here a little while, man. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you being here. X-Men Supreme says they need to make a Slimer for that Screaming Sculpt. 100%. That's the thing. That would be so cool, man. It's one of the shots from the event that shows all the accessories. Okay, I've seen that one. So I don't have that one. I'll pull that one up here in a little bit, but I know which one you're talking about. It's like they got all the accessories in front of them. It was kind of one of the leaked images or something. But yeah, so I am good with the default sculpt on that one. But I don't know, man. This sculpt, I just wish it was a little bit better, because that would be an awesome sculpt to have. I actually think the teeth and stuff look pretty good. There's just something off with like the eyes and the nose and stuff. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it, man, but there's just something off with it. Mitchell Lawrence says, I love the first 2 Ghostbusters films. I'm in 2 minds about getting them. Yeah, I have to get these. Ghostbusters to me, like, if I was to write down, like, 20, 25 figures, I don't know. Like, I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess I mean, like, if I wasn't dependent on like the release schedule of these companies, and I just had to like pick some IPs that I wanted to collect and like characters I definitely wanted on my shelf, Ghostbusters would definitely be up there. It wouldn't be like top 2 or 3 or anything, but it would be up in that grouping of like figures that I really, really want. So I'm really hyped for this. We got Brad Cormack in the building, everybody, saying, hey, Justin. What is up, Brad Cormack? Thank you so much for being here, man. We are just now getting into talking about the Wonder Festival reveals and all that stuff. So all you've missed so far is we've talked about Artisan Harley Quinn, and we've talked a little bit about the Hot Toys Bane release, and that's it. That's all you've missed, and we got a lot more to talk about. So thanks for being here. Jose G. Hernandez says, how are you? Did you message Calvin? I have messaged Calvin. I'm waiting to hear back from him, but thanks for looking out, Jose. I appreciate it, man. You were able to pick up a Harley as well, right, Jose? You were able to get one? I know you wanted that one too, right? But I tell you, man, this to me, I think that these sculpts look amazing, man. Like, these two sculpts for me look really, really good. And X-Men Supreme says the Screaming Pete sculpt has a kind of, it's just something. There's just something about it, man. Like, I just have to be honest. Like, I'm still excited to get these, and I've seen the work Blitzway's done with a lot of like statues and stuff, and I know I've even seen some of the stuff they've done with their 6 scale stuff. Like, their sculpts are really, really strong from what I've seen. So I'm hoping that this gets fixed, but we'll see. But yeah, this just looks great, man. I mean, these two just look really, really good. And I'm trying to see if never mind. I was trying to see if like has there ever been a part 2 of the Ghostbusters released in 6 scale? I didn't really want to take my like attention off of what we're talking about and like go search the web, but like, does anybody know off the top of their head if they've done the second movie of the figures yet? But Egon just looks so good, man. Like, dude, Egon looks fantastic. I mean, like I said, both these sculpts look great. And I think all of them look good, but that Screaming sculpt, man, there's just something off with it. Mitchell Lawrence says it's a case of I can't have everything I want. Yeah, and that's what we're all running into, Mitchell. That's what we're all running into, man. We might want all these IPs, but there's a few that we have to really like decide on. That's how it's getting. It's getting like everything's premium, everything's deluxe, everything's artisan. I mean, it's like that, we're going to talk about it here in a little bit, but like InArt Harry Potter, InArt Lord of the Rings, Hot Toys artisan. It's like, you better like these characters, man, because they're 500 now, It's a different ball game. Even the short time I've been collecting 6 scale stuff, it's changed a lot. Jose said, yes, I asked half the community to help me, so yes, I got it. LOL. No, that's awesome, dude. That's the way to do it, man. Everybody's looking out for each other. I love to see that, man. I'm so glad you're able to pick one up, Jose. And as always, man, there might be a few that I try to. This one I just totally missed out on, Jose. Like, I was at work, dude. I didn't even get a chance to get into the queue, but if there's ones you want in the future that I'm not interested in, man, I'll definitely I'll see what I can do as well. At least try to. That's why sometimes I really do get in the queue. Sometimes is just in case like somebody misses out. I know guys like Christian, Steve, a lot of other people. I mean, I'm not just saying them too, but those two came to mind. A lot of you guys are like hardcore Star Wars fans, and I love Star Wars too, but I don't need like the limited like droids and limited like stormtroopers and all that stuff. So I'll get into those queues just to potentially help them out if they missed out on one that's like limited to 2,000 or 2,500. X-Men asking the question that we need to know, but does Egon have a Twinkie? He better come with that Twinkie accessory. I'd be shocked if he didn't. That's a must. Christian saying Star Wars all the way, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I collect Star Wars as well, but not at the rate of a lot of you guys. Like, I know a lot of you guys like goes super deep with the Star Wars, and I get it, man. That's tough, dude. If I was just collecting Star Wars, it'd be tough to keep up. Like, there's just so much stuff to collect. But I just love all these IPs, man. It's hard. It's hard when you're collecting a lot of IPs. But yeah, is anybody else interested in these before we move on? Is anybody else going to be interested in picking up the Ghostbusters? I'm assuming it's going to be a 4-pack release, but I'm not 100% sure on that. We're just going to show off kind of just real quickly. They have Blitzway also has the Wild Robot. I've actually heard that this movie's like really, really good. I'm not interested in getting this, but I've heard the movie's good. But they've showed off that. They also showed off this, which is really cool. This one looks really good. The Superman here. This is a Prime 1 Studio and Blitzway collab here. They also showed off Homelander and Butcher. This looks great, man. I'm very interested in these. These are ones I could be picking up. I had to really look, and again, I didn't even talk about the DeLorean that they're coming out with, so that one's definitely a priority. So again, right now it's fun to say, hey, I'm getting this, I'm getting this. Once I really sit down to, like, you know, write these out of what I'm really getting, I can say the Ghostbusters are for sure going to be like ones that I pick up. Like these two right here from the boys right now, yes, they're coming home. Like I want them badly. Like they look amazing. But again, man, I'd have to see everything on my PO list and kind of make decisions from there. So we've talked about Blitzway. Now we're going to get into So I know Christian just pre-ordered this. We're going to just take a quick look. We're going to go over Legolas like super quick because I've already talked about Legolas a lot, and I know a lot of you have. But I know, Christian, you pre-ordered this one, right? And this looks really good, man. Again, Lord of the Rings line, shaping up to be a really good one. There's still something off, in my opinion, about this part of the sculpt. I don't know what it is, but there's something that just seems off about it. Still looks really good. But if I'm really being like looking for a problem with it, there's something there. But yeah, I'm going to have to stay away from Lord of the Rings line, I think, man. And if I was to get the one character to like have as like the character for Lord of the Rings, I think that I think it might be this. It might be this, man. It'd be tough between this or Aragorn. I mean, even Gandalf. I want to get at least one to represent that trilogy because that's just such an iconic trilogy. But we got Andreas IB. What's up, Andreas? Thank you for being here, man. He says, I think Calvin was trying to get you Harley Artisan. Yeah, I've been messaging him. So if it didn't pan out, no big deal. I know that me and him have talked a little bit about it yesterday. Yesterday I did a stream on Star Wars, so I've messaged him. But again, it is what it is. If it's not able to work out, no biggie. But yes, if I have messaged him, Andreas, so hopefully we can work it out. Let's see what we got here. Christian says, yeah, bro, I pre-ordered this one. So hyped, my first InArt. Yeah, dude, this is a great one. This is a great first InArt to get. I have yet to get an InArt. I think my first InArt will definitely be the Harry Potter. I'm just waiting to kind of see what the market's going to be like on that one. But that's where my focus is with InArt, is the Harry Potter line. Even though Lord of the Rings is just iconic, man. I just can't, like somebody said earlier, I think it was Mitchell, can't collect it all, man. And here's Mitchell right here, right on cue, saying Legolas is my guy, but he seems too bare here. I do prefer his Hobbit design better. Yeah, his Hobbit design's fantastic, and and there's actually some Hobbit figures that they're gonna do that look really good, man. Christian says Legolas works because he's in the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. This is a great point. I didn't even think about this. Obviously, it makes total sense now that you say it, but like this wasn't on my mind when I was thinking about it. But yeah, that's a great point. It represents both trilogies there. But yeah, he just looks great, man. I mean, he looks great, but there is some work that still needs to be done on him. And while we're talking about Lord of the Rings, let's just talk about, is anybody picking this one up? I mean, again, this is just how much stuff we have, man. I'm not trying to jump all over the place, but like we haven't even got to the Hot Toy stuff yet. Like this is just InArt right now. And it's just insane how much stuff we're getting. So this one's already been shown off a lot. The price point on this one is pretty high. I mean, you are getting that horse and all that stuff, but like, damn, dude, this looks really good too, man, but damn. And this one looks great. So I believe this is Thorin. And from the Hobbit films, this looks really damn good. This looks like something straight out of like Game of Thrones. And I know Lord of the Rings was first, but I just meant like the costume design. It makes me think of like all that, like Game of Thrones, medieval times, all that stuff, man. This looks great. I think that this looks really good. The hair on this looks really, really good. So if you're a big Hobbit fan, man, this has got to be exciting. X-Man says, I was planning a hunt for the InArt Superman, but then I Saw Artisan Harley in the next slot. My DC collection is filled. Yeah, and that's the thing, dude. Ain't that crazy how, like, if I were to ask you 6 months ago, like, hey, man, if they released an InArt Superman, would you get it? You'd be like, oh, yeah, for sure. And if I said, well, what about an InArt or a Artisan Harley? And you'd be like, oh, yeah, for sure. But now, like, with all these coming out, like, relatively near the same time, dude, it's just tough, man. It's hard to get it all, man. Brad says the Lord of the Rings InArt line is just too much of a financial commitment. I want them, just can't do it. Yeah, Brad, you're a big Star Wars guy too, I'm pretty sure. So, like, I know that you've had to really practice. You've really had to practice patience, man. You've really had to practice patience because I know that there's been a ton of, like, stuff that's been you've had a ton of stuff thrown at you this year with limited runs, artists and figures, the whole thing, man. It's been an insane year for Star Wars. I want to get to this comment real quick because I agree with this. A Legolas and Toriel would be a done deal for me. Yeah, I would love to get I would love this. I would love this. This would be a perfect pairing here. X-Men Super. Thank you. Thorin Oakenshield. Yes, thank you, X-Men. Andreas IB says, I might be getting priced out of InArt Lord of the Rings, thinking of getting of Aragorn. So this is the question I got then. So this is the question I got. You know what? If y'all let me try this. I've never done this, you guys. So give me 1 second here. I want to try to do a poll for the first time ever. Give me 1 second because I've never done a poll. Let me see if I can pull this off. You know, sometimes you just got to jump right in. Got to face your fears. So let me see. Okay, we're going to do a poll, you guys. All right. What should it be, man? Okay, so, all right, the question's going to be, if you could only pick one InArt Lord of the Rings character to represent the trilogy in your collection, which character? I can't type all that shit. It's only 100. Dang it. All right, hold on, guys. Hold on. If you could only pick one InArt Lord of the Rings character, hold on. What Lord of the Rings character, if you could only pick one, would you choose to represent the trilogy? Or to represent, if you can only pick one. You know what? Screw it. And I put trilogy, but this can also be The Hobbit. So we're going to, let's just say what's been out. So we got Gandalf. We got Aragorn. We got Legolas. And then I'm going to put on the last one, the Hobbits. So this could be any Hobbit. So, like, this could be, actually, let's just do this. Let's make it even more difficult. Frodo and Sam. You get both. We're going to start the poll right now. Let me know if you see it, guys. First poll ever on Casual Friday. Let me know. Definitely get in there. Definitely get in there, you guys. Let's vote on this poll here. This is exciting, man. This is exciting. First poll in Casual Friday history. You're going to be asked one day, like, hey, where were you when that first poll went up on Casual Friday? And you're going to say, I don't even remember that show. And you're going to be like, oh, okay. And that's going to be it. Let's see what we got here. All right. You said Thorin Oakenshield, LOL. Am I messing up the name? Am I not saying it right? Thorin Oakenshield. Yeah. Oh, you misspelled it. That's the LOL. Okay. Valkyrie says, I love the InArt Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit figures, but I'm spread too thin. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what we're going to be talking about all night, because there's going to be so many figures that we're going to get hyped for, and I'm really interested to see which ones are priorities for you guys, because I know which ones are priorities for me, but I'm wondering where that line's going to be drawn of, like, you know, what of like which ones I don't know. Do you have a... Yeah, I was saying poll a lot. So if people just tuned in, they're like, what's going on that casual Friday? The Balrog would be my character. Oh, nice, Mitchell. So Mitchell don't even need the poll. He don't even need the poll. Valkyrie says Aragorn. Andreas IB says character to rule them all. Selection. Yeah, that could be a selection. I can only put 4 on there. Again, I just kind of wanted to get a poll up for you guys. X-Men says, yeah, I'm in a period of culling right now. It's my season of curation. Yeah, dude, that's kind of where I'm getting. It's starting to get crowded to here, man. So the next step I need to get more displays. Like I got to start getting some more displays to put the figures in. That's just the stage I'm at, man. I'm like, yeah. Let's see what else we got here. I believe that was the last Lord of the Rings figure. So let's stick on InArt here because this is one I really, really want to talk about with you guys. Alan Rickman, Severus Snape, InArt Harry Potter. This looks absolutely insane, bro. If you're a Harry Potter fan, if you're not a Harry Potter fan, I get it. But if you're a Harry Potter fan, this is a must-have piece, dude. This looks so good, in my opinion. Like the hair, the sculpt, and I think it's going to look even better before it releases. I'm hoping they really do this character justice. Alan Rickman, such a phenomenal actor. Dude, this Harry Potter line is becoming expensive, but man, it is looking great. It's just looking great. This, I mean, there's another picture here. The thing with the InArt Harry Potter stuff, man, is like I am interested to see if Hot Toys will ever tackle Harry Potter. I'm assuming they probably would. You know, we got the Harry Potter show that's going to be coming out to Max, I think, next year. And I think that'll kind of be like another resurgence of opportunities for like figures and stuff. So we'll see, man. But right now, InArt's got the license, or they're at least putting out this type of quality with the license. So right now, this is where my focus is. But man, this looks amazing. Like this was the one character I was really hoping they would do that wasn't like the main, you know, the main trio of Ron, Hermione, and Harry, of course. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get a Dumbledore. I would love to get a Hagrid. I mean, there's just so many characters I want, man. But Snape, if you had to ask me, like, what professor character would you want? Obviously, it'd be Snape. X-Men says, would anybody be mad if I got the InArt Snape and used him to make Metatron from Dogma? I don't know, man. That's a deep cut reference there, which I love to see. I love to see anytime we can get some Kevin Smith movie mashup with Harry Potter. This is how you know you got a great chat in the building. Christian Crosshair Cooper says, it's weird. I'm a Harry Potter fan, but I don't know. I'm not feeling getting any figures for the IP. Why is that, man? Like, I'm actually interested in this. Like, what is it? Like, is it something that you just don't think the figures look good? They look too much alike because they're kind of wearing the same kind of costume in a lot of them. Like, is there like a particular thing that of why you're probably not going to collect them? Mitchell Lawrence says, Alan Rickman, a great British actor. Man, he's so good. And again, you know, rest in peace, Alan Rickman. But he gave us arguably the greatest villain in movie history. I would argue that Hans Gruber from Die Hard is one of the great movie villains in history. Like, he still holds up. He's a brilliant villain, brilliantly acted. And then, you know, Alan Rickman also gave us just an incredible iconic role as Snape, man. And those are just two of many performances that he's had. I'm pretty sure he was like a great theater actor as well. But yeah, dude, that's just, I mean, him coming on the scene for Die Hard and just knocking that out of the park, man. What a great, I watch that movie every year, man. Valkyrie says, last year I had 6 figures and I was good with that. I'm now at 85. Dude. $85, bro. That is insane, Valkyrie. Like, not in a bad way. Like, good for you. I just meant, like, dude, I had no idea that, like, you had went that hard, man. Yeah, so I definitely, yeah. So when you get to that amount, Valkyrie, like, is it more about the space at this point? Or is it like, hey, I've already got everything I really want. Now it's gotta be something really special for me to collect. That's awesome, man. That's awesome that I bet your collection just looks insane, dude. In a good way. Yeah, Malgus is saying good. Yeah, dude, it's a huge collection, man. Mitchell Lawrence has another fun fact. Daniel Radcliffe, who played Harry Potter, used to live near me before he became famous. Dude, Mitchell Lawrence, man, there might be something in the water out there, man. There might be something out in the water out there, man, that just like where you're at, dude. It's just, you know, movie star after movie star, man. That's fantastic, dude. That's awesome. Valkyrie's I need to slow down. Yeah, dude, that's how I'm feeling right now. And I don't have that many, but I mean, you can kind of see my Avengers shelf over there on that third row. Just added a figure if y'all can see. I don't know if y'all can see her. I need some more space already. This is in reference to what I asked Christian about why he's not collecting the Harry Potter InArt figures. He says, no, the figures looked good. I'm just not sure if I want to collect any figures. I have wands I've been collecting. Oh, so you got the wands from like Universal Studios and stuff, like those type of wands? Because that's a really cool collectible. In fact, I'd argue that like those really mean a lot to me because like that takes me back to when I was like at Universal, you know? So like if I pick up a wand from there, like that's a really cool collectible, man. I love that type of stuff. Christian saying Valkyrie, I'm jealous. Yeah, dude. Valkyrie just said, hey, you know what, man? If I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna go all in on these figures, man. X-Men says Valkyrie. I was like, I'm gonna get 3 DTOFs with 1 figure per shelf. LOL. Now I'm 50 figures deep with 3 vehicles. Dude, vehicles scare the hell out of me because of the space. I mean the money too. I mean the money. They're super expensive as well. Don't get me wrong, but I've already made up my mind. The DeLorean will be my first vehicle. If I ever get a vehicle, the DeLorean will be first. Valkyrie said Justin had a traumatic event last year. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Valkyrie. My bad. Yeah, man. Again, man, that more power to you for having that big of a collection. I just was shocked because when you told me how long you'd been collecting, I just had no idea it was going to be that big of a collection, man. So more power to you, man. Sorry to hear about that though. Valkyrie says definitely space now, and I've slowed down. Yeah, dude. And again, I think we're all just like, whoa, like because. Like that's just a big number. So again, man, I've always said this, dude. I don't care if you have 8 figures, 2 figures, 158 figures. But dude, collect how you want to collect, man. If you're able to collect that, dude, and like that's what you enjoy, man. I mean, a lot of people spend their disposable income on all kinds of stuff, dude. So again, man, we enjoy this type of shit. We enjoy, collectibles and all kinds of stuff, man. Other people might enjoy like, other stuff and art, like, prints and paintings and all this stuff, man. So yeah, I'm just always interested in that because the space already just for me is like a concern. So, and again, I do have this whole wall back here, but still, like that's something I'm constantly thinking about is the space and plus the storage space for all the boxes and stuff. Oh, let's pull it up here because I'm not sure. Oh, Christian says, yeah, the wands from Universal. Very cool, very cool. Mitchell says, yeah, there's a lot of actors and actresses where I'm from. LOL TV films and streams too. X-Men says, LOL, I do not want to break like 60 figures. I got to start whittling down. Yeah, I think we're all in this point. Like, I think we've all had that number of like, okay, once we get to this number, that's it. And then they just keep throwing stuff at us. And then we're like, all right, well, now it's going to be this number. So, yeah, I do think we're in a season of curation for a lot of us. Like, I think a lot of us are in that season of like, okay, it's now time to, it's obviously evident we cannot collect every single thing. Not only from Hot Toys, but now InArt, Blitzway, Caustic Plastic, Mondo, you name it. And that's just 6 scale. If you're somebody like me who still collects some other stuff from time to time, it's just impossible. So you got to like really, I think we're all trying to curate right now in a lot of ways. So Yeah, Movie Cannon says, yeah, I'm pretty much effed with all these teases. I want many of them. Yeah, dude, it's tough out here, man. It's tough out here. But yeah, so here, this was the Snape right here, and we are going to finish up the poll. If you haven't voted in the poll, now's your chance to do so, because we are going to see the results of this poll, and we got 9 votes. We're going to go ahead and end it at 9 votes. And we had Aragorn at 33%, Gandalf at 22%, Legolas at 22%, and Frodo and Sam at 22%. So Aragorn at 33%. That makes it. I honestly thought Gandalf was going to win this, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be Gandalf, but very cool. Very cool. All right. The next figure we're going to talk about. We've talked about InArt. I just wanted to talk about Snape. I'm hyped for this. But now we're going to talk about this, because this shocked me. I had no idea InArt was doing an Anne Hathaway Catwoman, and I'll be totally real with you guys. I think this could look a lot better. The Hot Toys Catwoman to me is a good figure. It's not great, but it's good. I'm really glad I have it. I love the Dark Knight trilogy. I love Dark Knight Rises. So I'm glad to have Anne Hathaway Catwoman. This does not look like the quality I am accustomed to seeing from InArt in terms of sculpt. There's something, like, I think there's a lot to like about this sculpt. Like, I actually think the lips look really good, and I actually think the nose looks pretty good as well, but it's like all of them connected, just there's something off with this. And even the hairline right here just looks a little rough. So there's no doubt in my mind that they're going to do a good job with this figure. I just, now that InArt is ramping up production and they're giving us more and more and more and more each year, I'm wondering if we could start seeing a dip in quality. You know, that's just a question. You know, that's not a prediction. I think they've done incredible work so far for the most part. But I've noticed it even with like Aragorn, even with like that Legolas sculpt, even with this one, these sculpts need a little bit of work. And this sculpt definitely needs some work, and I'm excited for it. I don't know if I'd pick up another Anne Hathaway Catwoman, but I'm excited for it still. I mean, I'm excited to see what they do with it. Andreas IB says, needs work, but I'm hoping they will improve. That's me. I'm glad other people see it, because I didn't want to be like too much of a hater on it, but like I saw this and I was like, man, this is like this. If they would have like really showed off like an amazing Catwoman, like I think that this could be one that, you know, again, with the Hot Toys one already coming out and people having issues with that one, and it's still sitting on Sideshow, or I think it's still sitting on Sideshow and some of these other sites. Yeah, I'm interested to see what this is going to look like. I think that this still is going to look really good, but yeah, man, I'm just not impressed with this, to be honest with you. And everything else they showed off, like Rick Grimes, even all that stuff looks fantastic. There's just something off with this. So I'm hoping this is just a super, super early prototype, and they're gonna improve this. I think they will. All right, I believe that was the last InArt. Well, yeah, that's less. Let's just move on. I had one more, but let's just move on. I had the some of the other pictures, but it's already figures we've talked about, just different pictures. So now we are going to talk about the Hot Toys announcements from Wonder Festival. This is where it gets absolutely insane. Let me see which one I want to start with here. And we're going to start with Tony Stark. We're going to start with the old Tony Stark. I need a sip of this energy drink. Ten of y'all still in the chat. I really appreciate it. It's 10:51 on a Friday night. I really appreciate everybody that is here, everybody that's commented. Like I said, we got Mitchell Lawrence in the house. We got X-Men Supreme. We got Geo the movie canon. We got Valkyrie Magnus. We got Malgus for Emperor. We got Andreas. We got, who else we got in here, man? Who have we had stop by? I believe I've already said Mitchell Lawrence. We got Christian Cross here. Cooper, Brad Cormack said what's up. Who else we got here? I know I'm missing somebody. Calvin came by, Low Key Collector. We had Jose G. Hernandez in the building earlier. I just want to make sure I get to everyone and say thank you one more time before we get into this absolute heat that Hot Toys has put out there for us. We had Doc Bat, we had Stacy, we had Christian Lopez. We might have some people watching that haven't commented. We got Malgus for Emperor. I think I've already said his name. Hot Toys Hotline said what's up. We got everybody. If I missed your name, just tell me I missed you and I'll say what's up. Just wanted to say thank you once again. I really do appreciate you being here. This one doesn't do much for me. This one doesn't do much for me, which is shocking because I love the character. I've been asking for just a Tony Stark, but I cannot wait for that suit up version of Tony Stark that we're going to be getting soon from Hot Toys. I've had that one pre-ordered for a while. The suit up version from the Avengers is going to look sick. This one looks, I like that they're making this. I really do. I like this version of the character. I think it's from a really, really good scene in Endgame. I think that this is a great alternative to, like, if you're kind of getting sick of, like, you know, collecting Iron Man after Iron Man, this is like a different way to collect a version of Iron Man. I think it looks okay. There's the sculpt to me. I don't know why they could not get the smirking sculpt for Robert Downey Jr. right. There's just something about this sculpt that doesn't work. I think the glasses look great. I actually think the hair looks really good. I think this is very early prototype. Personally, I think it's gonna. I think we could get more from this. But even look at this base. Like, look at this. This base, like, it looks like something they kind of threw together for the event. But this just, I don't know, man. It just doesn't, I like the idea. I just don't like the execution of it. X-Men Supreme says, LOL, is this Hot Toys trolling us? Dude, it feels a little bit like it because it's just such a bizarre, like, because here's the thing. You know, they came out with that, what was it? Oh, you know, like when Endgame came out, all the marketing had, they were all in those, like, you know, those space suits, you know, those white space suits with the Avengers A right there. You know, we were supposed to get all those figures. We got a Tony Stark. It did not sell well at all. You can get that figure for like super cheap right now. So the fact they went this course again is interesting to me. I think I've had the tailoring for Hot Toys is usually really, really good. So I think the tailoring is going to be good here. This, again, I'm just anticipating that this is a super early prototype because there's just something off about it. Like the base, even the hand that's holding the suitcase here just doesn't look great. The coat, I think, again, is a little too big, even though it's probably accurate to the movie. It just still looks kind of weird. The sculpt it's just not giving Robert Downey Jr. at all to me. There's some misses there. So again, man, I like the idea. I'm just interested to see what they end up doing with this. But that base is wild. That is a wild base. I'm going to move X-Men's coming out of the way. I know that in that scene they were at that base or whatever, so I get why they have it, but that's still like a really weird base to use. Red Cormac says, hard pass for me for Tony Stark. Yeah, I mean, with everything coming out, man, this is not the version of Tony Stark I would want. I think the suit up version is your best bet from Avengers. If you just want a Tony Stark figure, that's going to be a great one. Again, I want to say it one more time. Like, I like how if they start giving us some of these characters in like their everyday clothes, like I actually am interested in that, oddly enough. But yeah, this just doesn't look great to me. Valkyrie Magnus says, I like the Tony Stark figure. I might actually pick this up. Yeah, so Valkyrie, do you have that one that I was just referencing, the one with the white suit and the A? Because that one's you can get it for pretty cheap right now. I didn't know how well received that one was. I mean, I thought it looked accurate pretty much. The head sculpt I felt like could have been a little stronger, but X-Men Supreme says, I'll take an Agent Carter though. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, X-Men. Like if we could get like an Agent Carter, if we could get like a Steve Rogers in like the like the brown with the brown can't even think about it, like the before he goes to war or whatever, like in the first Avenger, even if they use those new seamless bodies to give us a Steve Rogers, even from like the first movie where he's wearing that white t-shirt and he's running down the street when he first like becomes like Captain America for the most part, that would be really cool too. So I wouldn't mind seeing them kind of go this route, but I don't know, man. This one definitely, definitely could use some work. Mitchell says, I've seen enough Iron Mans to last me a lifetime. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the thing, man. There's just so many Iron Mans. And now there's a lot of Tony Starks, too. So it's crazy. Andreas says, this will be limited if they want it to sell. Yeah, that would be a good idea. I agree with you, Andreas. I think, like, if they did this for, like, you know, honestly, man, for this one, 2,000, maybe 3,000. But 2,000, I think, would be a good number for something like this. Andreas says, and comes with a decent accessory. Yeah, it needs something more than that suitcase. I just don't know what it would be, you know? X-Men says, Captain Carter. I would love a Captain Carter from Multiverse of Madness. That would be really cool. You know, I guess the only one they got right now, X-Men, is that one from What If, right? Like that. The only Captain Carter you can get right now. Gio says, good thing I'm not interested in Stark. Yeah, that's, I mean, that I think a lot of people with everything that's come out, this is like an easy pass for people. Valkyrie says, I don't have it, but I was thinking of picking it up too. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, I think that I would like to have just a Tony Stark in the collection for sure. I really would. X-Men says 1,500 limited run. That would sell quick. I really think this would sell at 1,500 like easy. I really do. Especially if they gave you a really cool accessory with it, like Andreas was saying. Valkyrie says, I did see the Tony Stark Avengers figure as low as 120. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Valkyrie. Like, I've seen that one for, like, super cheap, man. Super cheap. X-Men thinks a 500 limited run would have trouble selling. Yeah, maybe it would, man. It sounds like we've had enough of this one. Let's move on to another one, shall we? Let's move on to another one. Here's that version of the Harley Quinn that I was saying. This just looks really good, man. And I actually really like that the art that they have on that base right there. But again, I just wanted to show that off real quick because it was in my lineup of pictures here. So I know Christian Cooper is going to be hyped for this. I know there's a few of y'all hyped for this. We got Savage, everybody. Savage Press here. Oh, man. This looks damn good. This looks damn good. And what's crazy, you know, what's crazy about it is this figure right here has been one that I know a lot of Star Wars collectors, a lot of Clone Wars collectors have been wanting for a long time. And I will say, I have seen I've seen almost all of the Clone Wars at this point. I was late to the party, but I've seen it. I like the Savage arc. It's awesome. And he just looks great, man. He looks great. And again, the thing I love about Star Wars figures is even though this is from the animated series, they are doing a great job of making this look like good enough and like it still holds on to that animation quality, but it also has this like realism to it where you can display this with all your other Star Wars stuff and it still works fine. So, man, this looks good. Let's see what everybody's saying about it because I know that people have been waiting for the Savage. I'm very excited to hear what you all think of this one. Malga says, I really hope that's just a base for the show because, I think he was talking about, he was talking about that Tony Stark. Christian says, I'm hyped AF for this. We know what you mean, Christian. Yeah, dude, I know you are, man. I know you're excited. Mitchell Lawrence says Savage Press was a great character in the animated Clone Wars series. Yeah, it really was. One I didn't realize was such a badass until I watched Clone Wars. Again, I was late to the party on Clone Wars, the animated series. I watched a little bit of it back in the day. Well, oddly enough, I watched Rebels, which is weird because like you would think like most people have probably seen Clone Wars without Rebels, you know, but I was late to the party on Clone Wars, man. But I've actually been watching it recently. Still holds up, man. Still a damn good show. Christian says, I've wanted this figure since I started collecting. Yeah, man. And I think it's going to happen. I know a few people have said like, oh, this is going to go to the graveyard. I think that this is for sure happening. The amount of stuff we're getting from Star Wars, the deep cut characters, the comic book versions of characters, we're for sure getting this, man. Instant pre-order. Gio says, I never got into Clone Wars, so I'm safe for now. Yeah, me neither. And I'll be honest with you, Gio, even though I've like tried my best to catch up with it just so I could be in on the conversation with like, because everybody keeps telling me like the arc and Clone Wars are great. I know what happens in Clone Wars, so that's why it's tough to like go rewatch this stuff. But when I can, I try to watch an episode here and there just to kind of get caught up on actually watching the whole thing. And it really is good. But yeah, I don't collect it either. And I'll be honest with you, like, just because I can't go super deep into Star Wars, just because I collect so many IPs, I'm like you. I'm safe as well, even though the Savage looks absolutely insane. Looks really good. Brad says, I want a Savage figure. Yeah, Brad, I figured you'd be into this, man. X-Men says, I freaking love Clone Wars. Yeah, X-Men, I know you're all about... I know you're all about Clone Wars. I know you mentioned it to me before, so I'm assuming you're going to be trying to pick up this Savage as well. Stacy says, hey, you know I'm getting Savage. You know I'm getting Savage. Mitchell says, watch the animated Clone Wars series back in the early mid-2000s when it aired and continued later on. That's the thing, man. I actually saw some of it back then too, but I just didn't finish it, and now I've like revisited it because I've talked to some people about it. And again, I think knowing everything that happens in it has been a bit tough for me to like go rewatch a lot of these episodes, but it's still very, there's a lot of stuff there that you can enjoy even if you know how it all turns out. So and it rounds out a lot of characters that were like smaller characters in the prequel trilogy, if that makes sense. So that's really cool to me as well. Mitchell says Rebels is cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just the characters. I think that's why I'm so hyped for that Ahsoka line as well, is because you're finally getting some of these characters like Sabine, Hera, all this stuff. So, man, that line I just cannot wait for. Malga says Savage was such a good arc in that final fight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Savage's arc, man, and that's how I've kind of watched Clone Wars. Is I've like watched it by the arc. So like, there's these incredible like resources where you go and it just says like, hey, if you want to watch the Savage arc, watch these episodes. If you want to watch the Obi-Wan arc, watch this. The Anakin, you know, again, obviously Anakin, Obi-Wan, you know, Ahsoka, all these characters, but like it really kind of narrows it down to where you don't have to watch the entire thing. So if you're somebody who has never watched Clone Wars and you were kind of behind like I was, there's a way to watch it where, yeah, of course, even those, you know, filler episodes are still really strong for the most part. If you really just want to watch like the essential episodes, there's a way to do that. And you still get a lot out of it. X-Men says, I'm actually not going after Savage. Oh, interesting, man. I'm trying to keep a narrow focus on my Star Wars figs. Yeah, I hear you. I know your mind's on with the X-Men coming back, dude. I know your mind is on the mutants right now, man. I can't blame you. Brad says Savage is dopo for me. Nice, dude. Nice. We got Boba Fettuccine in the building, everybody. Everybody say what's up to Boba Fettuccine. Thank you so much for being here, Boba. He says Clone Wars wasn't my thing, but damn, this figure looks good. That's me too, man. That's me too. I mean, that's what I've been saying. It's like, it's not my thing, but the Savage looks freaking awesome. Looks great. Yeah. Cad Bane was amazing in the Clone Wars episodes I've seen with him in it, man. And I liked Cad Bane and Mandalorian, and like Book of Boba Fett and all that. That figure looks great. I'm glad you reminded me of this. I really want that Cad Bane figure, man. That figure looks amazing. Yomo says, I still need to get Maul, and I'll most likely be going after the Phantom Menace version. Yeah, 100%, dude. I'm getting Maul 100%. Like, that's what I want to start collecting. Like, I want the prequel trilogy. I don't know why we don't get anything from Phantom Menace and why we don't get a ton from Episode 3. We get so much from Attack of the Clones. And again, those figures are great, but like, dude, we got to start getting some Phantom Menace stuff, dude. That would probably be the movie I would collect the most stuff from Star Wars if they would just come out with it. Because again, man, I still have just the memories of going and seeing that. That was the first Star Wars film I ever saw in theaters, and huge nostalgia pool for me on that. So I think we're gonna get them, man. But dude, that Maul looks insane, especially if you're like me and didn't have the first version. X-Men says, I'm going to try and stick to the Mando era of Star Wars. Great idea, man. So the Ahsoka stuff is on the table, and of course the Mando figures, but just a few. I don't need a lot of Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, I thought I was collecting a lot of for the amount I have. Like, I felt like I was doing okay, and then I saw like some Star Wars collections, and I decided like I'm never going to have that collection. So what characters do I really want? And I'm excited to start collecting some OT characters because I don't have any of those yet. But But yeah, that's not a bad idea, man. Mandoverse, you're just going to be collecting a lot of figures, man, because they have really come out with a lot of figures for that. Christian says, I had a 3-pack of Maul, Savage, and a Night Sister as a kid. Oh, that's sick, dude. And, dude, that's another figure I want, man. I want that Morgan Elsbeth and the Night Sisters from Ahsoka. I don't know if we'll ever get it. Mitchell just talking about how badass Count Dooku was. Yeah, absolutely. Now, that's a figure that I don't know. I'm assuming they'll eventually 2.0 it. But, man, if you have that 1.0, man, what a figure that still is, dude. That looks amazing. And X-Men Supreme says, so I can also shoehorn Han and Chewie in there. Yeah, exactly, man. And you can kind of see Chewie in this spot here. You can kind of see that new Vader that's coming out as well. So, really cool discussion on Savage there. Just looks great. I just love the tailoring of it. He just looks like a beast, man. The hands, the nails, just the horns coming out of the head there, dude. He looks badass, dude. All right. Now we're going to get to what I'm probably most hyped about. Just messed that up. Hold on one second. And that is Alien Romulus Xenomorph. I am so hyped for this, you guys. I can't even tell you how excited I am. This looks amazing, man. And again, I know that there's joints and visible stuff there, but the way they hide that to where it makes it look really seamless here around the neck and shoulders and stuff, it just looks fantastic, man. And if you've seen Romulus, I love what they did with the design in Romulus. I love it. And I loved Romulus. Like, I know I've said that a million times, but I thought Alien Romulus was fantastic. One of my favorite films of this year. And I loved what they did with the Xenomorph. Again, if you haven't seen it, I won't mention it. But if you really like alien movies and you really like more practical versions of the alien, then you're going to really like this. Boba Fettuccine knows what's up. Yes, Xenomorph. Yeah, Boba. I mean, I cannot wait for this, dude. And again, I want us to get Arain and Andy. So if you haven't seen Romulus, those are like two of the major characters in the movie. I would love to get those two characters as well. It won't happen, but I'm just putting it out there just in case it does. But dude, this looks superb. I mean, I cannot wait to finally get a 6-scale version Hot Toys of a Xenomorph. And I've thought about going back and getting Big Chap, and I might still do that eventually. I've thought about getting some of these other ones, but I really did want this Romulus, man. I know a lot of people wanted, a 2.0 of Big Chap, or they wanted even a 2.0 of Ripley. I think we're getting those still. I think they're striking while the iron is hot with Romulus right now, and that's what I would do as well if I was Hot Toys. I would say, okay, we know we got a fan base for Big Chap. We got a fan base for Ripley. We're going to do those, but this is a great time to get out the scorched Xenomorph, you could call him. And damn, dude, he just looks so good. And I know somebody mentioned this base being pretty big earlier. I get that, but at the same time, as someone who has the deluxe bases of the Avatar figures, and those are massive, and you can kind of see the Avatar figure up here a little bit. I tried to put Jake in the shot here. Does not fit my case. But for somebody who has that figure, the base, it's tough to like put his feet on that base because the feet are huge on these Avatar figures, and there's so many spots where like you can't even put the feet like comfortably. It's weird. It drives me nuts. So I do like this base being flat personally. I really do. So that's one thing that I do like about it. Is it pretty big and take up more space than normal? Yes, but I do like how it's at least flat, so we can actually put the Xenomorph on it. I really actually like this pose they're doing with him right here, to be honest with you. We got Darren 2501. What is up, Darren? Thank you so much for being here, man. Waiting for hybrid, but I have a Big Chap already. Yeah, dude. So what's the Big Chap, man? Is you thinking they're going to go 2.0 with that, Darren? Or I mean, I know the first one, the one that you have, is like amazing still. But do you think they'll do a 2.0 on that one? Thank you for being here again, Darren. Mitchell Lawrence and me agree on this. The Xenomorph is a must-have, 100%. This is, out of everything that's been announced, this is probably what I'm most excited for. The Harry Potter Snape is up there as well, but this one right here is in the Ghostbusters and stuff. But like, I mean, shit, man, I'm excited for it all, dude. I can't pick. But the Xenomorph is definitely like 1A or 1B. Like, I have been waiting for a announcement for a Xenomorph for a long time. I cannot wait for that Prey Predator. We're going to talk about another Predator coming out that I can't wait for, even though that it's got some issues on it. This looks absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait, man. Brad says, this is an awesome looking figure. Such a good movie. Yeah, Brad, I loved Romulus. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it too. Malgus says that base has nothing on some of the Marvel figures. Yeah, exactly. The Mark III, man, that's a tough one too to stand Tony Stark on, dude. Just that Mark III base. Yeah, Darren. Yeah, surely all 2.0 coming in. Yeah, kind of a dumb question by me, but I'm interested to just hear from people that have had the 1.0 for a long time, like how they feel about it. Mitchell Lawrence says, I hope they give us an Aliens Ripley. That's what I think's coming. I definitely think we're getting an Aliens Ripley. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I truly think we're going to get an Artisan Ripley. I really do. I think if they're to do an Artisan, we're getting so many Artisans of like Harley Quinn, Luke Skywalker, but we got that Loki, we got that, in-game Tom Holland Spidey. The reason I think they might go Artisan with the Ripley, but I also think there's going to be a sculpted version as well. But I definitely could see us getting an Artisan of Ripley, and I think that it would be a big seller too. I really do. I think that there is a big demand for that figure right now. And it might not have as much, hype as like, when they brought out like the Hugh Jackman Wolverine or, stuff that's like, but Romulus being such a big hit this year, the Alien hype is back. Alien feels back, kind of like what Prey did for Predator, man. I mean, these movies have come out and done a really good job, and it feels like they're back. So I think it's time to capitalize. I think Hot Toys would be smart to give us a Ripley, to give us another big chap, to give us, hell, man, give us some more characters. I mean, but those two for sure are coming. I would really think so. And I don't know how they would sell, but I would love to get some Romulus characters, but I don't know how they would sell, to be totally honest with you, but I would definitely pick it up. And I don't want to go too much into Romulus because I know some people haven't seen it, but once it's been out a few months, then we could talk about some of the spoiler stuff. But there's a few things I can't discuss without giving stuff away of figures that I would like to have. That's all I'll say about it. Mitchell says, I hope they do a 2.0 Alien Warrior. That'd be sick, dude. That'd be sick. This is be right up my alley, Mitchell. This is kind of what we're talking about, man. This is what we would be collecting if this was on the table, man. Oh, this would be sick. Ripley and Newt would be crazy. That would be insane. That would be actually insane, Darren. Mitchell says, I think the hype would definitely be there for Ripley. 100% it would. 100% it would. Because a lot of times what happens is okay, so Alien just celebrated its 40th anniversary. So there's people that actually saw Alien in 79 or, in theater or whatever, have fond memories of it. It's already been through one nostalgic wave of like that. Now this next wave is like people like, my age and stuff, because even though we didn't see Alien when it first came out, we still watched it growing up because it was just a movie that maybe our parents passed on to us. Like they said, like, hey, you got to check this out. So it's like our parents are kind of showing us the movies they really liked, or maybe it's ones we discovered just by being into movies. And so now the market for those figures is us, And so with Romulus, the reason it's so good to have a great Alien movie again and a great Predator movie again is now you're introducing it to a brand new audience. And now the way we feel about some of these Alien movies, hopefully, because again, Alien 1 and Alien 2 just are probably never going to be touched for people like us. Like for people like us, like those are just held in such regard that it's going to be almost impossible to top those, right? But I thought Romulus did about as good as it could possibly do, because you're obviously going to compare it to 1 and 2, and just because they came first, and just because those were made by two master filmmakers. But Romulus was fantastic in my opinion. So the hype for Alien is back, and I think that's a great thing for collectors, because now I think we're going to get some more stuff, and it's not just going to be Ripley every time. But I think right now, is a perfect opportunity for Hot Toys to give us another Ripley and to give us another big chap, because again, everybody's kind of talking Alien right now, so it's a great time to kind of throw that out there, and plus it's the year of 2.0. So Bubba said, I have 2 cats and their names are Newt and Ripley. That's awesome, Bubba. That's a great one, dude. Those are great names, man. Christian says, I still need to watch Romulus. Dude, it's I know the physical version, like the physical media version, the 4K is coming out on December 3rd, I believe. I don't know if y'all collect, like, I mean, I don't, you know, I guess they're collecting movies, but if y'all still buy like physical copies of movies, I still do. So that comes out December 3rd, but digital, I would expect it to be out by Thanksgiving. I would expect the digital version actually to be out by Halloween. I think if I was them, I would bring it out like Halloween week, just because it's like, you know, it'd be a great movie to watch like the week of Halloween, even though it's not like a horror Halloween type, or even though it's not like a Halloween themed movie, it's definitely one that people would want to check out that week. Valkyrie says, I did see Aliens when I was 13 in the theater and loved it. One of my all-time favorite movies. And that's what's awesome, man. That's what's so cool. I love hearing from people that actually got to see some of these movies in theater. And that's how I feel like when I talk about, like, you know, that's probably how I feel when I talk about movies like, you know, Dark Knight or, Infinity War and Endgame. Like just like huge event movies. Like, it's just cool to kind of talk about those. And, you know, for me in the 90s, man, when I was a kid, like seeing like Jurassic Park for the first time just blew my mind, dude. Like, still one of my all-time favorite theater going experiences, like ones that I love telling the story when I went and saw Jurassic Park. And even The Lost World, you know, movies like Men in Black, movies like, you know, I mean, damn, dude, we could go on and on. But yeah, that's awesome, dude. Mitchell says, you're right. It'll introduce new audiences to the franchise. You see it with YouTubers, film watchers. Yeah, and that's exactly right. That's a great thing right there. Is like, the more people that get introduced to these characters and these IPs, man, it's a great thing for us as collectors, man, because that means we're probably going to continue to get more of it. But I saw Alien at 10. Dang, Darren. Dude, that's a tough one at 10, dude. That movie still holds up and is still pretty scary, dude. Like, I mean, I can obviously watch it, not like have nightmares, but like it still is very tense, man. So I'll ask you this before we move on from this. Before we move on, I'm just gonna ask you this. Are you pre-ordering the Alien Romulus Xenomorph? So make sure you vote in this poll I just put up. Are you pre-ordering the Alien Romulus Xenomorph? I put hell yeah or no, too much stuff coming out. Because again, I didn't want to just leave you with a no, because you might think this figure looks amazing, but hey, there's too much coming out, so I can't get it. Mitchell Lawrence says, I saw Nightmare on Elm Street at 10. Yeah, that's a different level, man. Because well, it really depends on what scares you, man. But that movie, you know, that'll keep you up at night. I mean, that movie's still like that. Now watching it, it's kind of campy a little bit, but dude, when you're a kid and you're watching Krueger for the first time, dude, it's scary as hell, man. All right. So we're going to move on to the next one. Definitely vote in the poll. There's 18 in the chat, everybody. If you do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button if you just got in here. That'd really help out the stream a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. Again, thank y'all so much for being here. This has been a lot of fun, and we still have a lot to go here. So I hope you're enjoying your time here on Casual Friday, and we are going to just show off this picture. We're not going to talk about this a lot because we've already talked about this on stream, but obviously this right here is another just absolute just figure that, you know, we've already talked about this, but I just wanted to show off this picture. It just looks amazing, especially with the Xenomorph announcement. Having these two next to each other would be absolutely sick. X-Men says, man, we watched all those horror movies back in the 80s, like 8 and Up. I loved the hell out of it when I was a kid. Yeah, dude, that's the thing with horror, man, is like, And I love horror, and I know a lot of you in the chat probably do as well, but I love horror. And a lot of it is because like there's just such good memories of like when you first see like a really scary movie, like it really like affects you, and then when you get older, like kind of going to like a midnight screening or an open night screening of like a Halloween or Friday 13th movie again. I missed out on seeing those ones in the 80s in theaters, but like when they kind of did these reboots of like 2009 Friday the 13th or Halloween 2018, all these, it's just cool seeing those, man, in theaters to this day. So all right, so let's move on. If y'all are cool with it, we're going to move on from this figure because we've already talked about it a lot, and we are going to talk about this instead. We're going to talk about this instead, which, we keep talking about just so much stuff that keeps coming our way. And we have not only the battle damage T800 that we've already seen, that's already up for pre-order, but we got what we've been asking for a while. We had been talking about this on some other streams, how we wanted the clean version of the T800 with the box of roses. Here it is. And look at that arm from that great scene where he kind of shows that scene right there where he cuts part of his arm off. Great accessories here. You can also see the T1000 just looking insanely good. I almost couldn't wait on this. So like I was actually at Target today because I was trying to see that apparently the NECA Ultimate Megans came out today. Like a lot of people at Target stores were able to pick that up. So I went to Target saying, okay, let's see if it's there. I'll pick it up if it's there. Obviously wasn't there, but they had the T1000 there, and I almost picked it up because I actually don't have that figure for NECA. But I was like, you know what? I'll just wait till the Hot Toys because this looks amazing, man. I mean, I cannot wait for these figures. I know we've talked about, man, we got to prioritize. We have to really prioritize right now. There's too much coming out. We can't keep up. It's going to be very difficult for me not to get all three of these. It's going to be very difficult not to get all three. I will have to cancel other stuff to make sure I get three of these. And I just want to say, as cool as these bases are right here, I do like this T2 base right here, kind of. I really do. I know it's simple, but I actually do like that hexagon base if that's all we're going to get with it. I hope we get a deluxe base to come with it. I hope we maybe even get the motorcycle. That would be awesome. But let's check in with the chat. Let's check in with the chat real quick. X-Men Supreme says, Tim Curry's Pennywise is hella nostalgia bait for me. Dude, you got to get that Sideshow version, X-Man. You got to get that figure, man. I've had that one pre-ordered. I can't wait for that one. Mitchell says, the good old VHS days. Yeah, dude, sometimes we just go into the VHS store, dude, and you just, whatever's on the shelf, whatever box art looks cool, that's what you're watching that night. Aaron says, this is great. This base is top tier. I'm thinking he was probably mentioning the one for the Samurai Predator. Malgus says that T1000. Yeah. What do you think, Malgus? Because I know a lot of people have the 1.0. I think it looks phenomenal, man. I love the accessories that it comes with as well. Brad's thinking right. Brad is thinking exactly what I'm thinking. I'm all in on these T2 figures. I am too. And I'll be honest with you, if they come out with with more from this, Linda Hamilton. Oh man. Yeah, this could be dangerous, man. I'd be collecting a lot of these T2 figures. Darren says, clean Arnold sculpt is great. Yeah, and again, I know I might be in the minority on this, but I actually prefer the clean version. If I had to pick between these two, I honestly think I'd go the clean version of it. Just because, to me, as great as the ending scene is, I just love the introduction of the characters. Like, I love the whole first act of the film where the T1000 is looking for John. The T800 is looking for John. It's that cat and mouse game. They're walking through the mall. They're walking through these different areas. They're switching back and forth from the different perspectives, and then them meeting in the hallway right there with John and Chase. That is just such a brilliant scene. Yomo says, I was set on getting the battle damage eventually, but after seeing the clean, I'm rethinking now. That's me, Yomo. I mean, I'm going to have to get both, I think, dude. But if you had to tell me, or if you had to ask me, like, hey man, you can, or if you had to make me choose, like, I can only get one, I would have to get the clean. I just think the clean is the more iconic look. It's the poster, man. I mean, you just think about the poster, dude. We're talking about VHSs earlier. The VHS cover art, it's the clean version, baby, all day long. With that said, the battle damage version is absolutely insane as well. So I'm gonna have to get both. I'm gonna have to get both, Yomo. I'm not proud of myself. I'm weak, Yomo. I'm weak, man. Mitchell says, and I'm glad the T1000 is coming with the police biker look. Yeah, dude, me too. I am too. That looks great. I'm wondering if it looks like you can kind of see. So I'm going to move your comment, Mitchell, if that's all right. And you kind of see over here in the far left, you definitely see that helmet. You definitely see these accessories that come with it. I'm hoping for a secondary sculpt with the split head. That would be insane. That's what NECA has, and it is so cool. But we'll see. I mean, I would still probably show it like this, but it would be cool to have the option. Brad says, so glad that I didn't buy backwards to get these. Yeah, and that was tough because these were one of the first ones I really wanted when I started collecting, but I trusted that. I kind of saw the patterns that were going on. I was like, no, we're probably going to get, and again, I could have been wrong, but just knowing that it was like the year of the 2.0, I said, it's the same with Alien. That's why I've been waiting on Alien as well. Darren says Sarah Connor surely in the pipe to 100%. I'd be shocked if they didn't come out with a Sarah Connor. Absolutely shocked. And I would love it if we got a T1 Terminator as well. But I don't know, man. I'm not going to complain. I'm glad we're just getting this. Mitchell says I'm definitely making room for these T2 pieces and my POs. Yeah, man. Same here. Christian says clean look for Arnold, looks fire. Absolutely, man. Looks amazing. Malga says these are all I need for T2. Yeah. I mean, that's I want the Sarah Connor too, Malgus, to be honest. I would love to have the Sarah Connor. But if this is all we get, I would still be happy. I would still be more than happy. You know, I was glad that we got one, let alone three. Like, I'm happy. Valkyrie says, I like the clean look for the Terminator. Yeah, me too, Valkyrie. I do too, man. Yeah, we're thinking the same on this. Stacy says, I already have the T2 battle damage on pre-order, and I will definitely get the T1000. That's great, Stacy. So you're going to pass up on the clean version, right? The battle damage is kind of the one you want. But that's a great choice still. That's a great choice. Kind of recreate that final battle scene there. That'd be cool. Geo says, only doing T1000 and battle damage T800 skipping clean. Man, okay. I understand that, Geo. I know you got to make a choice there. You know what? That's a great segue. So we're gonna let's see what this poll's looking like. So we had 12 votes. If you want to quickly vote on the poll right now, I'm asking, are you pre-ordering the Alien Romulus Xenomorph? And we're about to end this poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the results for the poll are 58% says hell yeah, and 41% says no, too much stuff coming out. But that brings us to our next poll here, which is, do you prefer the battle damaged T800 or the clean T800? And this poll is now up. So definitely vote in this. I'm definitely interested to see what everybody has to say on which ones they prefer. I've already heard a few people prefer the clean version and a few people have preferred the battle damage version. So I actually could see this going right down the middle. So definitely vote. We got 19 people in the chat, everybody. Let's take a moment. Let's take a moment. Nobody go anywhere. Let's take a moment real quick. We're going to vibe out for a second here, if you don't mind. I'm going to get to the chat here in a second, but we're going to vibe out just for a bit. We're going to vibe out just for a bit here. $19 in the chat, everybody. 19 in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button if you're in the chat right now. Let's just vibe for a bit. I'm drinking an energy drink at 11:32. That's not healthy. You know what? I'm feeling kind of crazy. Let's Oh, purple? Should we go purple? Red, maybe? Is that like an orange? Yeah, that's orange. Let's see. What feels right? What feels right? Let's go purple. Yeah. Hit that thumbs up, baby. This is the intermission right here. Because we've been streaming for, what is it, 2 hours? We're at the 2 hour mark. We might go another 2 hours tonight. I'm not sure. My back kind of hurts, but hey. We're at 2 hours. And this is the intermission. We're getting hyped in the chat. Hit that like button. We got 21 in the chat, everybody. And we're having a blast here on Casual Friday. Thank y'all so much for being here. Truly. It means the world. If you want 2 more hours, hit 2 more hours in the chat. Let's go 2 more hours. Let's do it. I mean, I'm not doing nothing. This is Casual Friday, baby. All right. Let's get hyped for like 10 more seconds, guys. 10 more seconds. This is the time right now to just show the support. Give the thumbs up. Say 2 more hours in the chat if you want to. We're at least going for probably 1 more. At least 1 more hour here because we got a lot to talk about. Thank y'all for being here, man. This is fun. This makes it all, not to get deep, but this is what it's all about, man. Just being in the chat, hanging out, talking about stuff we love, talking about the movies we love, the stuff we love to collect, the figures, the memories, the moments, man. It's just awesome, dude. 20 people in the chat, 21 now on Casual Friday at 11:34 on a Friday night. Truly, truly grateful, man. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being here. We're going to keep it rolling, but I wanted to take a moment to thank you guys in the chat. I truly, truly, truly appreciate you being here, and we're having fun here. So let's go back to the background music, and let's talk a little bit more about Terminator. All right. Let's see what the chat says. Let's see what the chat says, because I might have had a bunch of people say, dude, stop dancing. Stop dancing. All right, where were we on the chat here? I believe it was Geo. So Geo got me hyped because he got me thinking about the poll. And see, Geo does his own show, so Geo knows how to space out polls. He knows how to put a poll here, a poll there. See, I'm getting excited about just throwing like, hey, what day is it? And then I throw a poll up there. Mitchell says it's a done deal with the whole T2 line. 100% agree with this. Brad Cormack says the clean look is so good. Agreed. Valkyrie saying clean version for me too. Make sure you were voting in the poll. Let me know if you were getting the battle damaged or the clean version. You might be getting both, but which one do you prefer if you could only have one? Here we go. We got Asthmatic, AZ-Matic. Need a John Connor with dirt bike now. Listen. You ain't lying. That would be absolutely incredible. I would love that. I'm hoping we get one, man. One iconic performance, one iconic dirt bike. I mean, wow. Thank you for being here, by the way. Thank you so much for being here and leaving a comment. I truly, truly appreciate it. I hope I pronounced your username right. Asthmatic. I hope that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yomo says, still hoping for a T3 figure. Yeah, Yomo, you're all in on T3, bro. I will respect that about you, Yomo. You defend T3 big time, man. I respect that because T3 is not bad at all. T3 is very good. Still hoping for a T3 figure with a casket and light machine gun. Yeah, that'd be sick. Or an end scene battle damage where he looks all gnarly and puts the bomb in the TX's mouth and says you were terminated. Yeah, that would be cool. T3, man, like I said, it's the same thing with Alien. It's the same problem Alien franchise runs into. You got Alien and you got Aliens, which are like 2 almost perfect films. And so everything else that's come after it always gets compared to those 2, and it never can live up. And it's kind of like Romulus. As great as Romulus was, everybody compares it to the first two Aliens. And it's like, that's a tough battle. You know, same with Terminator, man. They could make a great Terminator film tomorrow, and it just wouldn't live up to the first two for a lot of us, you know? So it's just one of those things. Mitchell says, I need those shades and minigun with the clean, and tier gas launcher and M16 with the BD. Yeah, dude. See, that's what I'm saying. There's so many accessories, dude. There's so many. Gosh, I had a crick in my neck, you guys. Can you believe it? It's too much dancing, bro. Oh, I danced too much. Oh, I did too much dancing, guys. Anyway, just so many accessories, man. We'll pull up the picture real quick again. Let's pull up the picture real quick again. Look at these accessories, man, that are just sitting on the table, just saying like, hey, what a cool photo, by the way. What a cool photo this is. Let's see what else we got. People, Thrawn's office, baby. We gotta go full screen for my buddy Thrawn. Let's vibe, baby. Yeah, Thrawn. Thank you so much for being here, man. I don't know if you missed it, but we were talking about the Xenomorph. I know you were hyped for that. I know you weren't the biggest fan of Romulus, so I am interested. Are you picking up that Xenomorph? I am interested to hear what you have to say about that. Thank you so much for being here, man. Always showing support. I truly appreciate you. Malgus says, I prefer both versions. Both have meaning behind them, and that's what I look for in a bat figures. This is a great comment. This is what I try to articulate a lot of times as well, Malgus. Great comment here, man. Both have meaning behind them. That's why I collect. That's what I try to do as well. I fail at that sometimes because sometimes I pick up stuff that just looks cool. It might be a character I love, but it's from a movie that's not my favorite. This is a great rule of thumb when collecting. Like, that's what I've always tried to do. And that's what makes it so much fun, man. Asthmatic says, battle damaged is peak. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's incredible. Don't get me wrong. Just because I prefer the clean version doesn't mean I don't think that all three of these being shown right here, all these are 10 out of 10 hype level for me. 10 out of 10 hype level. Christian Cooper wants 2 more hours. He's getting hyped as well. He's saying, let's go. He was dancing too. Don't let him fool you. He was dancing. How you, Malgus Fernper says, how you figure at least your drink isn't a Diet Dr. Pepper with a splash of alcohol like you had last week. All right. I got to set the record straight here. It's all fun and games, guys. You know, hey, is it really a Diet Dr. Pepper? I get it. You know, I get it. See, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to say it wasn't so many times that y'all are going to be like, yeah, sure it wasn't. But then if I say like, yeah, you're right, it was. You can believe me or not. Look into my eyes. It was just Diet Dr. Pepper. I looked away. I'm not lying. It was just Diet Dr. Pepper. I promise you. If I really wanted to have a drink on stream, I guess I would. But it's just energy drink, Diet Dr. Pepper, sometimes a water. I'm kind of boring. I don't do a whole lot of drinking, to be honest with you. Yomo says 4 more hours. That's what I like to hear. 4 more hours, Yomo wants. Maybe we'll do it, Yomo. Maybe we will, man. We're at least going to probably go another hour because we still have a lot to talk about, dude. Stacy says, I also like the clean T800, but I love the diorama base that comes with the battle damage. Picture it on a shelf along with the T1000. Oh my gosh, dude. That's what I'm loving. I'm loving how everybody, for the most part, is just so hyped on these figures, man. These right here, I just feel like as a whole, like us as a community are like really hyped for this. Now, if you're somebody who has the 1.0s, maybe you're a little annoyed that, but at the same time, those figures came out so long ago. I think even people that have the 1.0s are like, yeah, okay, it was time. Mitchell's saying it's 5 a.m. Saturday morning here in the UK. Can we give a shout out to Mitchell Lawrence in the chat, everybody? Seriously, if y'all wouldn't mind. Mitchell Lawrence is here. That means that he was watching this at 3 a.m. on a Saturday morning, man. I can't thank you enough, Mitchell. Thank you, man. That is awesome, dude. Glad to be here, Justin. Valkyrie, thanks for being here, man. Truly, truly appreciate you, man. Thank you for all the support. I'm glad you're here, too. We're having a blast, man. I'm glad you guys are having fun. I know I am. X-Men Supreme. Movie Cannon. Double air high five. Movie Cannon. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Movie Cannon says, I think I may be good with just Sarah Connor T2, and I'd be good for Terminator for me. So I say, dude, you're sounding like me, Gio. Like, I always say something at the end. I'm like, as of right now, or so I say, I'm not getting it yet. That's how it goes with these, man. Like, you're trying to stay strong. You're trying to stick to your characters, your POs, whatever. But, man, when they throw this much heat on you, man, it's tough. We got Man of Hot Collectibles in the building, everybody. Man of Hot Collectibles, thank you so much for being here, man. Hopefully you're I know this was from a few minutes ago. Hopefully you're still in here to hear me say thank you for being here. It says, hello, guys. Alien, Terminator, and Blitzway Ghostbusters for me. 100% agree with this. I can't tell you that how much it excites me that we're getting these figures. It excites me to no end. Absolutely exciting. Thank you again for being here. We're all getting hyped on this, man. Thank you again. Thrawn's Office says, just got home from work. Sorry I missed it. You never have to apologize. Ever. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm picking up the Scorched Alien. The movie was just too ass flavored for me. I respect your opinion. Thank you for being here. Everybody's saying, what's up to Man of Hot Collectibles? Again, thank you for jumping in, man. Everybody's saying hello to Mike. Everybody's saying, what's up to Yomo? Mitchell saying, appreciate the compliment. No, man, seriously, appreciate you, man. You could be doing all kinds of other stuff at 5 a.m. in the morning and you're here. I don't take that for granted whatsoever, man. I really don't. Like, I'm not just saying that either. Like, I truly appreciate y'all taking time out of your day. Like, the biggest commodity we have in life, which is time. Y'all are spending it here with me. And I don't even give a shit if you just have it on your phone and you're in the other room. Like, that's still support. You're still in the chat. I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. Thank you for everybody commenting and being here. Dragon Lee says, I still love my Interbay Arnold 4 scale. To me, it's one of the best. Oh my gosh, dude. I got to look at that. The Interbay, man. Interbay does the, like the NBA stuff, right? I've thought about picking up the Dennis Rodman. I don't know if you have any of those Interbay, but Dragon Lee, thank you so much for being here, man. Thank you for commenting. Truly, truly appreciate you. Man of Hot Collectible says, that alien looks amazing. Can't wait for the official announcement. Yeah, is this one up for RSVP? Do you know? I know that they put up a few of these on RSVP, but I couldn't remember if it's this one. I'm totally in agreement with you, man. I am over the moon hyped for that. Probably my most favorite announcement from the Wonder Festival, to be honest. All right, so we're going to move on. Let's see what the poll was here. We have 17 votes. It says, do you prefer the I don't know why I was going to call it the PE T800, the BD T800, or the clean T800? We have 17 votes, and we had 59% for battle damage, 58% for battle damage, and 41% for clean version. So that was still pretty even. The great news is we're getting both, and that's great. Man of Hot Collectibles answering my question about Alien being up for RSVP. I don't think so yet. Oh, okay, man. Thank you. Yeah, I can't wait to RSVP that one. Can't wait to have it. Let's see. Okay. God, I mean, dude, I forgot about this. That's how crazy things are. Look at this shit. We're getting a Scarecrow, bro, from Batman Begins. I just said Bratman. Bratman Begins. No, Batman Begins. I got to talk about it, though. Why the hell are they using this base so much, dude? Why do they got to keep using this base? Stop using this base, man. Like, this base, I have it for the Catwoman. It's not a terrible base, but, like, I'm sick of seeing it, man. Like, I do like this backdrop here, and I do love these bats that are coming out right here. Now, here's the thing. If I'm not mistaken, is this like the where like the maggots are kind of coming out through the stitching? Like, is this kind of like the Nightmare Scarecrow? It kind of looks like it is a little bit. I'm a little disappointed we're not getting a sculpt of Cillian Murphy, if I'm being totally honest with you. I kind of understand it. It's probably going to make the price point lower, which is nice. But I wish we would have got a head sculpt with the glasses from Cillian Murphy. That would have just made this epic. But with that said, this is an absolute must-have for any Batman collector, dude. You've got to pick up the Scarecrow for Batman Begins. I just want to see more Batman Begins figures in general. Like Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises are getting all the hype, and rightfully so. Those are just incredible films, especially Dark Knight. Again, I just love the trilogy. But Batman Begins, dude, is just amazing. I would love to see a Ra's al Ghul next. I would love to see that. But Christian, hold up. Before we get to Christian Cooper, we have Asthmatic here. Saw T2 in the theaters when I was 10 and still remember getting jump scared in the intro scene where the robot stops on the human skull. Cheers to many more hours. And I was like, thank you, man. Yeah, but dude, T2 in theaters, like that was kind of like I had just missed it. Like I'm a true 90s kid. Like I grew like, single digits age all through the 90s, right? And I was fortunate enough to like see Phantom Menace when it came out, like late 90s. Jurassic Park was one of my first memories, like really young, but I still vividly remember that movie, dude. That had such an impact on me. If they ever do Jurassic Park characters, I would be over the moon if they did the vehicle for that. But I am so hyped that T2 is getting back into the conversation, because that's what's so cool to me about like collecting and like just anything collectibles or whatever, is like T2 came out, I believe it was 91 or 92. And it just gives it a second and third and fourth life. Like we're still talking about Alien from 1979. That's just so cool, man. I mean, not only are we still talking about it because it's a great film, but these collectibles and these stuff, this does like reinvigorate that, like, because how many times do we see it to where like we see a figure get announced or released and we're like, dude, I gotta watch that movie again, and I haven't seen that movie in a while. It's like right here, I want to go watch Batman Begins again. But yeah, nothing beats those movies. I mean, again, we love going to the movies, doesn't matter what age, but there's something about those first movie experiences you had. And Asthmatic with this story, man, 10 years old seeing T2, I know that had to have a huge impact on you, man. That is so cool, dude. Christian says another day one pre-order for me. Yeah, dude, I know you're hyped for the Scarecrow, man. I am as well, dude. I cannot wait for this one. Christian saying so hyped for Scarecrow. Movie Cannon saying Scarecrow, another I want. Yeah, man, me too, Gio. I think there's one coming up that's Batman related that you might be into as well, Gio. Mitchell Lawrence says you can't beat classic nostalgia. No, you can't. I mean, that's the thing. It's got a certain pull to it, man. It's got a certain pull to it that, like, again, man, when you're a kid, the movies you see when like you're a kid or growing up, or like those first movie experiences, those are always going to be like the strongest, I feel like, or at least some of the strongest. Brad says I was fortunate enough to see T2 in the theater too. That is awesome, man. Mitchell Lawrence goes a different route. He says I had T2 on pirate VHS. Mitchell Lawrence, man, says, hey, I had to find a way. But yeah, is anybody else hyped for this Scarecrow? I definitely am. I would have liked to have seen a sculpt, but the fact that we're even getting a Scarecrow is amazing, man. Is amazing. So I'm going to take it, and I'm excited for it. And the next one we were going to talk about here, it just keeps coming, man. The heat just keeps coming. We got this Venom here. This Venom is here. He means business. He's looking very venomy. And I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about this one, because for me, I think it looks fantastic, personally. I don't know if this is probably the one I would want. This will be a comic version, which is really exciting for me. I really like how they're going these comic routes. We kind of saw that with the Dr. Doom. I really think that's a cool idea for Hot Toys. Plus, it's just another version of the character they can sell to us as well. But I do like it. I like having the options. This looks great, man. This looks really, really good. I don't know, man. I was on the fence about getting the one from the game, the Venom from the game. And this one, man, this definitely looks more like the classic Venom, but I'm not sure, man. That video game one looks really good too. So I'm having a tough time deciding which one I would want. Like, this one's more like the classic, you know, character version that I really like, but that video game Venom looks insanely good too, man. So I'm definitely going to be picking up a Venom at some point. I'm definitely excited for the new Venom coming out later this month. But yeah, is anybody hyped for this one? This one's kind of like, I definitely think that this one is being met with like some mixed reviews. I feel like I've seen some people on streams, like some people really like it. Some people are kind of like, you know, can live without it. So I'm definitely interested to see what y'all have to say in the chat about this one. Brett Cormack is saying, I really like this comic version. It might be the one that I get. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you, Brad. Like, I think that I'm just trying to think, like, if I'm just going to get one Venom, Venom's a character that I just need one of. I just need one Venom. This might be the version. I mean, I know you're not getting the Tom Hardy sculpt, and I'm usually a huge fan of like the head sculpts. Like, I really gravitate towards like a great head sculpt. But if I'm just getting one version of Venom, I mean, the comics version is probably the one to get, right? But that video game one, dude, just looks so good. And I felt like the video game one being voiced by Tony Todd, dude, like, even though I don't have any of the other video game characters, like that still might be the one, man. That just looks so damn good. Darren says exposed joints are tough to live with. Yeah, and I don't know if I can do it to myself because I got the exposed joints with the Avatar figures, and it does bother me, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know how they could have, I mean, I guess they could have gone seamless, I guess, but who knows how that would have went with posability and all that. But it does bother me. I'm not going to lie to you. And this bothers me a little bit, especially here at the belt line here. And the shoulders don't really bother me too much. The neck looks a little weird, but I don't know. I think overall it still looks really, really cool. I just don't know if it's one for me. Like, I don't know if, I'm not sure if is this the version I'm going to get. I'm really interested in that video game version of Venom. He looks massive. But I think with everything else coming out, man, I think I'm going to be okay passing on this, which is crazy because I love Venom. I love Spider-Man. And I want a Venom. But Movie Ken says, looks cool, not for me though. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing, man. This is what I say a lot. Looks cool, just not for me. That's the best way to put it, man. Very rarely does a figure look just absolutely terrible where you're like, yeah, that looks horrible. Yomo's saying, I'm going to try to get the 21 inches. So that one, so that one's going to be, dude, that Venom is just going to be insanely big. Like, I don't even know how I'm going to display that Venom, man. Like, you're seeing what I'm having to do with the Jake Sully. I haven't even been able to take Neytiri out of the box because it's just such a tall figure, man. It doesn't fit in any of my displays unless I restructured it. So I got to get some new displays, man, and then I can figure it out. All right, let's see what else we got here. So we've already seen this, but again, more of the Marvel Comics line here. Again, I mean, this Doom looks badass. Again, it's one of those ones that I really, really want it. I would love to have it. Wait a minute. Are you serious? So the Venom is the size of the Hulkbuster, dude? My God. That's wild. Are you getting that one? So you're getting that one, Yomo? You're getting the video game Venom? But dude, this Doom looks amazing. This Doom looks amazing, man. I wish I could commit to this one, but at this stage, what are we, like $50,000 in just for tonight's releases and announcements? I haven't added it up, but my God, the amount that we're saying we're getting, man, it's a lot. But this looks really cool. This backdrop's actually kind of growing on me a little bit. I actually didn't like that at first, but I actually think that looks really good. And I tell you, this one that we're looking at next really shocked me how good it looked, like in person. This one right here, again, I'm not sure how I feel about the skateboard and the backpack on. Like, even though it looks cool and he's got the camera and everything, this looks really good, actually, in my opinion. This looks really good. And I think that I think that this one shocked me because as much as I thought there was some good qualities with the pictures I saw of this one with the promo images, there's just something about this pose, man, and just the lighting on it. Like the sculpt looks really strong. I think the longer, slender body here looks really good with this figure. I'm really getting the Andrew Garfield likeness here, dude, and the skateboard's growing on me, man. I think those accessories as like standalone accessories are awesome. I really do. Those standalone accessories are awesome, man. Valkyrie Magnus says, I want the Dr. Doom, but I'm slowing down. Maybe I'll wait for the RDJ. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people are waiting for the RDJ. I do love the classic look of Doom. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of Doom figures coming out soon, just with everything that's going on with Avengers and Doomsday and all that stuff. So Yomo says, I'm going to try to get him. I think it looks sick and would pair nicely with Carnage to destroy Carnage. Yeah, that would be a really cool display there, man. Darren says 4 POs in 2 days. I need to stop. Man, that's not too bad though, Darren. I mean, it seems like a lot, but if you only have 4 with everything that's been thrown at you, man, that you're showing some good. You're showing some really good like patience, man. So that's not too bad. But yeah, I just want to look at this Spider-Man real quick. I thought that was a cool image. Same with this one. We've talked about this one already, but the more I see of this one, dude, I can't wait for this one. I can't wait for this Batman Returns Batman. This looks so sick. Really cool image here. Yomo says, I really want to get this, the Amazing Spider-Man 1 Spider-Man. It's my favorite, the Amazing Spider-Man suit. Yeah, I really like this suit too, man. I really do. I like that suit from the first one. Again, man, I just don't know how many Spider-Man total I need. I already got some Across the Spider-Verse. I got Miles Morales coming. I got Black Suit Toby coming. So, but yeah, this Batman looks good. Again, we're gonna move on from this kind of quick because we've seen these a lot. We had this shown off here. This Death Trooper. Again, looks really cool. Not for me, but I know a lot of people were able to pick this one up. I know a lot of people that wanted this one weren't able to get this one because of the limited run. But it still looks really cool. And so the next one we're going to get to that we'll spend a little bit of time on is right here. We got this Jungle Predator. Here. And Yomo says, I have no Spider-Man yet. Yeah, the first one I got, Yomo, was the red and blue suit, which is a fantastic figure. But even with that one, because I have the Endgame Iron Spider pre-ordered, and I'm wondering if I even need this one anymore. Because like that one just, I don't know, man. It's a great figure, but damn, dude, it's just, I know there's gonna be like 1,000 more Tom Holland Spider-Mans coming out. And plus, I thought Toby was gonna be my first Spider-Man. I just did not like the way the one from No Way Home turned out. I just didn't think it looked good at all, especially the sculpt. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on Toby. That would be my essential one. That's my favorite Spider-Man. So we'll see. Gio saying Jungle Predator. Yes, yeah, man. I'm excited to talk about this. I know a lot of you guys are picking up the Jungle Predator, or at least excited for it, and that has me wondering. That has me wondering this question right here. Are you going to be picking up? Are you going to pre-order this Jungle Predator? Let me know in the poll if you were going to do it. Definitely make sure. We got 16 still in the chat. Make sure y'all get that vote in. I'm definitely interested to see what everybody thinks of this Jungle Predator. Now we gotta get to the problems I have with this, okay? And Darren's already ahead of me on this. This Pred is not accurate enough for me. Prime One doing such a good job. Prime One, if you can afford the space, the money, all that stuff with these Prime One pieces, those are absolutely phenomenal. I don't have the space for them, and I wish I did. I'll have to settle for 6 scale, but those look insane. Mitchell Lawrence says the Jungle Predator is coming home. I'm hoping they update the film accuracy before pre-ordering, like how they did with the Battle Damage T800. Yeah, same here, and that's what we're going to talk about. Yomo, when talking about Spider-Man, he says, same. I might get the black suit for Toby if they update. I do like that Sandman base a lot that the Toby came with. Yomo, I wasn't huge on that Sandman base, dude. I think it looked awesome. Don't get me wrong. It was so massive, man, that I'm having a tough time. And again, it's my fault because I don't have enough display cases. But it just takes up so much space, dude. I think it looked awesome, but it's just massive. Christian says I might pick this one up. Yomo says Samurai Predator for me. That one is so sick, dude. That one is so sick. And Christian talking about how he loves Predator. So yeah, so you can see kind of like, again, so we already know what the inaccuracies are with some of the suit. We already kind of know some of the issues with this. I will just say, like, without sounding like a broken record on, that's as odd as this is going to sound, the inaccuracies bother me, okay? But I'm willing to look past it if they can improve on a few things. So these feet right here, I understand that this is a Predator, but these feet, I feel like they could do a little bit better of a job on these feet, whether it be with the paint apps or just the shape of them. I actually think the hands look really good. I actually think there's a lot to like here. I think a lot of it looks really good. I think this base looks really cool. I just wish that they would make this base a little bit bigger, or they need to add more height to the back of it. With that said, I'm just talking about space, and that would add more space, so that would be tough. But you almost said Samurai Predator versus Wolverine, baby. Oh, that'd be sick, dude. That'd be a sick display there. Valkyrie says the black suit Toby is a want for me, and Andrew Garfield, my version of the multiverse. Yeah, that'd be cool too, man. I know a lot of people that are picking those up want to do something with that with those 3 Spider-Man. Movie Canon says, Yomo, did you pre-order the Samurai Predator? Yeah, I'm actually interested to know if you pre-ordered that one too, Yomo. Mitchell Lawrence says, I got the Prime 1 Jungle Hunter limited closed mouth bust. The problem with Prime 1, their pieces are overscaled and bases a space killer, not to mention the price shipping and import fees in Texas. That's the thing, man, is the space for me. Like, there's some statues that I want to pick up, like especially like quarter scale and even third scale, but I just know how much that's going to eat into my already limited space, so. But yeah, like I said, man, it's Jungle Predator, dude. I mean, this is for sure happening for me. I just hope they improve on some of this stuff. And again, you can kind of see it here, like with the arms and stuff, some of the paint on the arms and some of the different inaccuracies here. But overall, I still think it looks pretty sick. I really do think that this is one that they kind of just put out there as like a placeholder. I definitely think this is going to look improved by the time the actual like the actual pre-order goes up, if that makes sense. I think that this one is actually still going to look really good. And it's Predator, man. I mean, I got to have it. Got to get the Xenomorph, got to get the Predator. But I will say, this is the more iconic look. Don't get me wrong. But I will say, man, do not sleep on that Prey Predator. Do not sleep on that one. That one is going to be amazing when it comes out. I really think that's going to be a great piece. Does anybody else have? Is there any other inaccuracies that I'm missing? I know the ones that I'm catching, obviously, and I'm hoping I'm right on this. But the arm here, I know the arm here to me looks a little inaccurate based on what I remember. But I know there's something I'm missing. Let me know in the comments below, like what the big inaccuracy is for you guys, because maybe I'm not even seeing all of them. I just know a lot of people have had a lot of issues with some of the inaccuracies with this, and I see a few of them. I know that there's one I'm probably missing that I'm trying to find, and I'll kind of give my opinion on once y'all kind of tell me where to look. Cause I can't help it. I'm just looking at these feet, man. And I just feel like these feet could be better. And again, I know it's a Predator, but still, I just feel like these could be a little bit better. These just look kind of off to me. Mitchell says, I got a feeling they will improve the accuracy, especially with the fandom comments. Yeah, for sure. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I ask you guys, because like I'm a big Predator fan, but like I kind of get like the stuff I focus on these figures, I kind of tend to, not on purpose, but I tend to overlook some inaccuracies from time to time just because I'm looking at other stuff on the figure. So sometimes I'll just flat out tell you, like, I'll miss some big inaccuracies just because I'm not like paying as close attention. But once somebody brings it to my attention, it's hard to ignore it, you know? But yeah, dude, I mean, this is just so cool that we're getting a predator, a jungle predator. I'm hoping we get a Dutch. I'm hoping we get a Dutch, man. With us getting more Arnold sculpts, we need more Arnold, man. We need more Arnold. Let's go full for this. Listen, we need more Arnold Schwarzenegger figures. One of the icons of the 90s, 80s and 90s is Arnold. We need more, man. I'm not complaining, Hot Toys. I know you've been giving us, you just gave us a clean and a battle damage T800. But we need Arnold. Jingle all the way, Arnold, I'll take. I'll take that. Conan. Raw Deal. Just anything. True Lies. But I really want a Dutch, though. So, Hot Toys, come on, man. Give us a Dutch. Give us a Kindergarten Cop. Give us a Kindergarten Cop, Hot Toys. Come on, man. What's the one Arnold figure you guys would want? Let's see. We already got some here. So, X-Men saying... Before I pulled that up, I thought you were saying that you wanted a muddy Dutch figure, and then I realized what you've said now. So that was a good one, man. Mitchell says it would be great if they did Scar, Wolf, and the Ancient again. Yeah, I think they will, because what's funny is the Samurai Predator is marketed as AVP, so that's interesting to see if we get some more of those. Movie Canon says yes. Now we need Mr. Freeze. Yeah, I know a lot of people want Mr. Freeze. I think Connor wants that one as well. Turbo Man would be sick. Put that cookie down. Darren says, please don't do me. Oh, that would be sick, dude. That'd be sick, Darren. Mitchell says a camouflage Muddy Dutch. See, this is what I thought X-Men was talking about. Camouflage Muddy Dutch with weapons would do it for me. Absolutely, me too. Yomo knows what's up. Turbo Man. Jamie. You see... I'm your... You know, he's trying to tell him. How Jamie doesn't know that Sim's crazy. Absolutely wild. This one right here, underrated comment. The Running Man, absolutely 100%. I think me and D-Lo were talking about this. D-Lo the Collector, and we were talking about how the Running Man would be an absolutely sick one. This one would be sick. Last Action Hero, absolutely, dude. Absolutely, X-Men. Valkyrie, Dutch, or Commando for me, absolutely. You see what I'm saying? There's so many, man. What they did with Clint Eastwood, I know that was like Sideshow or whatever, but I wish that a company would do that with Arnold, man. He's just got so many amazing characters that would just be great figures. Yomo wants more T3. He wants the T3 800. Jack Slater, bro. True Lies. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, this Predator, like I said, this Predator's for sure coming home. I want to see some improvements on it, but I feel like they will improve. And then we got this. We got Jar Jar Binks here. X-Men Red Sonja. We're getting some deep cut Arnold now. But here's Jar Jar Binks. So we've been talking about the Star Wars Phantom Menace. We're getting this damn Sam base again. Whatever, right? But I'm excited for Jar Jar, man. I feel like Jar Jar's a must-have. We got to get Jar Jar, right? Oh, look at this, Yomo. Kindergarten Cop. Completely agree. Mitchell wants the dancing ladies from Running Man. Is anybody hyped for this Jar Jar? Like, I know that it's kind of like a one that we've been waiting for, but is this one that like we wanted, and now that it's here, we've like lost like the hype for it a little bit? Because I mean, once this actually comes out as a release, I think it'll be more hyped. But I'm interested to see how popular this one's going to be, man. I think it's going to be super popular with prequel fans, obviously, but I'm interested to see how many people actually go through with getting this. I'm definitely interested in this. Anything from Phantom Menace, I'm definitely interested in. So, excited to kind of see what everybody's thoughts are on X-Men's already calling it. X-Men's thinking this is going to the graveyard. I actually think we get this one. But this wouldn't shock me, X-Men, don't get me wrong, but I actually think we're getting this one, dude. Yeah, this is a great question. Where's Padawan Obi-Wan? I think we get that announcement by the end of the year, early next year. I really do. Christian says Jar Jar always has been annoying in my opinion. Yeah, but it's almost grown into this, like, that's made the appeal stronger in a way, man. Just to have him on the shelf. I don't know. He's going to look good with the prequel characters. Mitchell says Jar Jar is cool. He gets a lot of unnecessary hate. Yeah, I just think that people, like, I think people have actually grown to, like, love him. It's kind of like Jake Lloyd as Anakin. Like, I think a lot of people were, like, just awful to the dude when that movie came out. I know that's why he kind of got out of acting for a while, I believe. But I think a lot of people have turned around and been like, appreciate what he was doing in the movie and appreciate that character and really have fond memories of the pod racing and all that stuff. So, he almost says I would get Jar Jar, but I'm so behind with Star Wars. Yeah, it's tough, man. Star Wars is tough to collect all of it. Valkyrie wants to do a Darth Jar Jar here. We need Jar Jar. I'll get a black robe for him. Valkyrie's wanting a Darth Jar Jar. Darren saying Misa got to be extra picky on Star Wars. Great comment here. Christian's still saying I still might get him. Prequels are his favorite. Very cool, Christian. I love the prequels too, man. I mean, I love Phantom Menace and Episode 2 is okay. Attack of Clones is okay, but it's my least favorite of the trilogy for sure. Now I know there's a few people that'll probably be interested in this, and it is the Batman and Robin from Batman and Robin. You got the George Clooney. I feel like the Clooney Batman here, I don't know, man. I'm kind of disappointed in it. I felt the same way about the Kilmer Batman. I feel like they could have done so much better with these characters. And I feel like they've really done a great job with the Chris O'Donnell Robins, though. I feel like the Robin Batman Forever figure and even this one looks really good. I actually think that Batman Forever Robin looks great, actually. But for whatever reason, man, this just... I mean, you kind of see a little bit of Clooney in that lower plate, but without a proper head sculpt to go with it, it's like... I feel like they phone it in a little bit on this. Like, I feel like the Kilmer one should have been better, too, but... I don't know, man. I'm just... I have a little bit of nostalgia for Batman and Robin, but it's mainly for like Poison Ivy and Freeze, you know, like a lot of people have been asking for Freeze and stuff. And he almost says, I want to get this Robin I can do without Clooney Batman. Yeah, I think the Robins are looking good, man. And this is what I would really want to. And Alicia Silverstone Batgirl would be cool. I agree. But yeah. That's a pretty cool, yeah, and Valkyrie agrees as well. Alicia Silverstone Batgirl, yeah, that would be a cool release for sure, or a cool announcement. And let's see what else we got here. Anything new? This isn't new, but I just wanted to show this off again because this is going to be this could be figure of the year next year. It's going to be up there. I mean, this figure looks absolutely insanely good. This looks amazing. This Scarlett Johansson sculpt is one of the best sculpts I've ever seen. And I just think they did an amazing job with this figure, man. I cannot wait to get this one. This just looks amazing. So I just wanted to show that off again. This one might have something to say about it too, though, because this figure looks amazing too, man. What they're doing with the seamless bodies on these figures, dude, are just amazing. Valkyrie likes the Scarlett Johansson figure as well. Yeah, it looks amazing. But I'm telling you, dude, I mean, I say that, but dude, look at these Wolverine figures are looking so good. Darren says this makes me want to go backwards for Cap stealth suit. Yeah, he's referring to obviously Scarlett Johansson here as Black Widow from Iron Man 2. But yeah, I mean, dude, this Hugh Jackman sculpt, I know I've talked about it before on other videos of mine, but this Hugh Jackman sculpt is insane, and they're going to get their money's worth out of it. So definitely be anticipating more Hugh Jackman Wolverine figures, maybe from different X-Men movies, because they're going to get their money's worth out of that sculpt for sure. And we're going to wrap up by talking about this right here, which I thought was really cool. And Yomo was really hyped about Wolverine. I know he's excited for Wolverine. Big Wolverine collector right here with Yomo. Obviously, we have one of the bigger Wolverine collectors with Axeman. And he's obviously, X-Men's ready for all the X-Men figures. But this one right here, this Thor looks really cool. And again, we see the yellow, we see the Jim Lee, the Wolverine here. We get the Magneto. This Hano Studios line looks great, man. I mean, there might be a point where we start collecting some Hano Studios if these figures keep going up to like $400 or $500. I think if you love the comic looks for these figures, these are great value, great choices for you. Again, I don't know value, but at least they're like not like insanely priced. But I still think this Thor looks really good. So I thought this was kind of cool to show off a little bit. And of course, we got this classic Iron Man that looks really good, man. This one's grown on me a lot. Like the black suit Spider-Man, I don't know, man. I'm not huge on that one, if I'm being totally honest with you. But the brown suit Wolverine looks incredible, and so does this this classic suit Iron Man. This one's really grown on me. It looks really, really good. And I think we've gotten through it. I don't think I've gone through every single image of every character that came out, but let's look at this real quick, because I just can't wait to get these two figures in, man. It's gonna be so much fun. The movie just came out on digital. If you want to buy it on digital, it's here. But yeah, we'll. I can't wait for these figures, man. There's so much stuff coming. So much stuff coming, man. And yeah. Yomo says, I'd rather go with the VGM black suit instead of the Hana version. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Yomo. I don't think that's bad at all, dude. I actually like those. There's a lot of, that one looks great. I know a lot of people have loved that one. That one had like a lot of hype, and then I feel like we've just been getting so much stuff that one's not talked about as much now, but that looks like an amazing figure, man. I've actually thought about picking that one up as well. All right, I think we got through everything, guys. I think we got through everything. We still have 15 in the chat. It's 12:19 a.m. for people in Central Time. I know some of y'all, it's even later. I know some of y'all, it's already Saturday morning at 6, like Mitchell. We're 2 hours and 46 minutes in. We're probably going to get to 3 hours here. Clock out at 3 hours. If there's any questions you guys have, if there's any comments you have, what is like the most anticipated figure for you that was shown off at Wonder Festival? Is there anything that just really like stands out for you guys? I think we've talked about enough of it where I'm kind of knowing where you guys are at with what you with what you're wanting to collect. Let's see what X-Men says. I would get a DPW on digital, but it's a Deadpool Wolverine on digital, but it's looking like I'm going to have to pay eBay prices for the steelbook. I'm glad to see somebody else collecting some physical media still, X-Man. I always go physical media route on a lot of these releases. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't get everything on physical media, but like a movie like Deadpool Wolverine, Alien Romulus, I'm definitely going to be picking up a physical copy of. But yeah, man, those steelbooks, man. Before, when Best Buy was still selling movies, man, Best Buy used to have amazing steelbooks. Christian wants one more hour. He wants one more hour. He wants to go to 119. Christian says Savage and Scarecrow I'm instantly pre-ordering, deciding on Predator and Alien. Very interesting. So the two that Christian is most hyped for is that Savage, is that Scarecrow. Very cool, man. I think that those two are ones that would be great pickups, because I don't know if they're going to make those again, and if they do, it'll be a while. Predator and Alien, man, those are two that are really sticking out. Alien's probably number one. Snape for me. I mean, everything we've talked about, I'm hyped for, like the T800 clean version, the T1000. We can go on and on. We just talked about all of it, but just so much stuff, man. We're just so spoiled, man. Christian wants to know which ones I'm getting. The ones I'm for sure getting, I'm 100% getting the Romulus Xenomorph. I'm 100% going to be getting the Jungle Predator 2.0. Even if that's the way it comes, I'm still going to get it. I'm hoping they fix it. Definitely going to be getting InArt Snape. What am I missing here? Oh, definitely going to get Scarecrow. Now, I take that back. I don't know if I'm definitely getting Scarecrow. I would love to see a head sculpt. We're probably not going to get it. Yeah, okay, I'm definitely getting Scarecrow because I got to get that villain to go with my Nolan trilogy display. Darren says Legolas and Ring Wraith on horse are must-haves for me. So that's awesome, dude. Lord of the Rings is what Darren's prioritizing. Yeah, man. I see. That's how much stuff's come out, dude. Is I can't even remember what we've all talked about. As crazy as that sounds, dude. I know I'm missing a few that like I was so hyped for, but yeah, I'd probably say for me like Alien, Predator, and the T-800, like all three of the Terminator, and then probably the Ghostbusters. That's a lot of figures, man. But I just feel like those are characters that I really want. But the ones that I could say right now, even if I had to pay full price for it right now to get, I would the Alien, you know, and the Terminator figures for sure. Mitchell saying the Terminator line, Romulus, Xenomorph, and Jungle Hunter Predator are definitely coming home. Got them. Yeah, so that's kind of where I am with Mitchell, and then I would just add, you know, InArt Snape is one that I really want as well. But yeah, man. I mean, I think that's the thing right now for me is like, I don't want to overcommit. I'm trying my best not to like on stream always say I'm getting this, and this, because I realistically probably won't get all the stuff I'm saying I'm wanting to get. So I'm trying to differentiate, like, here's what I want. Here's what I think I'm getting. So again, if they were all available today and I could only pick a couple of them, I definitely would be picking the Xenomorph, and I'd definitely be picking out the those Terminator figures. Ghostbusters, the only reason I'm reluctant on that is because I'm probably going to have to buy a 4-pack of that. So I don't know how much it's going to be, but Ghostbusters definitely as well, because I just have to have some Ghostbusters, man. Young One X-Men talking about some eBay prices. I think I've gotten everybody's comments as well. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up the show tonight, you guys. We got 16 in the chat as well. Unless y'all had a figure that I forgot to talk about that y'all want to get thrown in there, we can discuss it. That'll be cool. But yeah, we'll just do some closing up here. Again, 15 in the chat. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, I'd really appreciate it if you would. If you're somebody who has been in the chat watching the show, or if you've been somebody watching the show but just hasn't participated in the chat, just know I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much for being here. I will be going live every Friday, Casual Friday. We're going to be going live every Friday night. We're on episode 4, but I'm loving what we're doing here on Friday nights with Casual Friday. I got, you know, you guys are just so supportive of coming in here, chatting, and just making it fun, man. So it's just been a blast doing this, and I'm glad I decided to start streaming on my channel. And I'm just, you know, again, we're just going to keep talking more stuff. I might still do some impromptu streams like I did. I just did a stream talking about the Star-Lord Guardians of the Galaxy 3 that just came out. So if you want to check out that video, I've posted a few videos, like some Lego videos on my channel. So again, we're talking about all things figures, man. That could be Lego minifigures. That could be toy figures and stuff. And on streams, I like to talk about movies and movie related collectibles as well. So we got some nice comments here. Thanks for a great stream, Justin. Thank you, Yomo. Really appreciate you stopping by and comment in the chat, dude. It made it a lot of fun. Mitchell, another great live, great chat. Yeah, Mitchell, same to you, man, as always. Valkyrie, great show, Justin. Again, Valkyrie, thank you for the support, man. Glad you were here. Darren says thanks for Friday stream. Thank you, Darren. Truly appreciate you tuning in, man, and chatting. Gio saying good night to everybody. So yeah, on your way out, guys, yeah, like I said, just if you want to check out some of my latest videos, go ahead. Great stream, Justin. Thank you so much, Christian. I will be live Sunday on Evil Sneakers channel. We're going to be doing sneak peek over on his channel on Sunday night, so definitely check that out if you would like to see that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got going on. I got some videos coming out this week as always. I'll be dropping some videos, so definitely check those out and show support when those come out. And again, I just want to say one last time before we sign off for the night, thank you guys thank you guys, because Casual Friday, man, I'm having a blast with it. I really hope that y'all are having as much fun as I am. And this is just the beginning. We're going to be doing all kinds of cool stuff on the stream. I'm just trying to get in the habit of being consistent with it and kind of showing up and talking about the stuff. But weeks like this, where we have this much to talk about, we're going to focus on this. But this stream is mainly also for a chance for us to talk about movies, a chance for us to talk about different collectibles, not just 6 scale. So again, I hope that y'all are into that as well, and I hope that y'all are enjoying it. Thank you again. Hit that like button on the way out. And just remember, next Friday, be back for episode 5 of Casual Friday. We're going to have some fun. Who knows what we're going to get between now and then? It's going to be incredible. We could have some incredible announcements between now and then. Definitely be checking out those RSVP pages if you want to pick up some of these figures, because you need to RSVP for some of these. I don't know. Some of these might be limited. I'm not sure. But yeah, once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you next time.